rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy
All right. Also, by the way, I didn't show you this, but I have a new thing I purchased. I gotta take my phones off. So I bought this to see when and where we could possibly use a mic, swivel mic stand like this. There's a big problem. There's nowhere to attach it to this desk in a useful manner. So it is the same problem I have had and why I defaulted to these microphone stands in the first place. However, if in the future, when we have to have other people over, you know, if we ever have a 3-person room, or say for episode 100, when we're going to have a whole lot of people here.
Oh, joy.
Going to need extra, I say a whole lot, I'm expecting 3 to 4.
So we're going to be out in the living room?
In theory, if I can attain a table between now and then, it will be useful. Because that's the kind of mic stand I would like to have.
Unless you'd rather come at the kitchen table at the farm.
No, we'd have no internet access, and half our hosts are going to be over the internet.
We have internet access. We have good internet access.
I don't trust things that are not mine. I'll put it that way.
There you go.
So it's like I don't trust variables. Not to mention having to haul all the equipment and asking other people to drive all the way up there.
True.
It's not just us. I mean, it might just be us. I don't know. I did reach out to Will to see.
I don't mind driving up there.
Yeah, I mean, you drive. Well, some days you do. But I did ask if Will wanted to join in on episode 100. He did not reply just yet.
Okay.
Apparently, I need to fix my zoom. I don't know why my face is so zoomed in. Oh, that's right. I can't control my camera anymore because stupid ass droid cam being stupid.
Who else to reach out to?
Still waiting. I'm still trying to bully Shaun into coming down for episode 100. He's still being resistant. Something.
He's travel averse at the moment.
No, it is a tough situation with, you know, what's going on with his in-laws, so to speak, and stuff like that. And I'll be like, just come down anyways. It's like it's a weekend. If not, it's just Saturday at bare minimum. Although you'll be probably drunk by the time you leave, so you probably don't want to leave Saturday.
Yeah, I may Uber over here.
Yeah.
And Uber back to the apartment.
Good plan, because we don't have anywhere for you to
see if I can
crash.
get somebody to drop me off.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. I mean, hell, if Luke's around, Luke can join in. So I've been developing the questions for episode 100. But actually, let me pull this up real quick to give you an idea since you haven't heard. Give me a second. I got to pull up Google Docos on docs.googled. So I'm not going to read you the current questions. I'm going to read you some of the ones from episode 69. So, and most of these are either ors. You know, no lengthy responses necessary. So this is an example of some of the stuff from episode 69. So, and this is an idea of questions that will be coming up. So there's a section called "One Goes Away Forever." So from here on out, you cannot experience these things no matter what. Yes. Super Bowl or the Daytona 500?
The Super Bowl, easy.
Okay. So for you, that was easy.
Yeah.
Other people, not so much. Now, when I say goes away forever, I don't mean they stop making Super Bowls. I mean all evidence of Super Bowl-ness and all future Super Bowl-ness ceases to exist.
Yep, I'm good.
Because I had to make that clear. Be like, no, I can just watch old ones on streaming reruns. I was like, no, it will cease to exist. Period. And some people didn't get that. Another thing, dive into a pool of semen or blood?
Okay.
Which one?
Blood.
Okay. And then
Makes the green grass grow.
It does not. And
tell that to all of my drill sergeants.
there you go. So, and this one, because of your situation, would be interesting. Be 3 inches taller or 20 pounds lighter?
Yeah, lighter.
Okay. Yeah, because you're already tall, so you go for lighter. So for me, I go for taller because it'll help even out my body.
It'll stretch you out.
It'll stretch me out, yeah. Another gone forever. Taco Bell or KFC?
KFC.
Yeah.
I'm a Popeyes guy myself.
Okay. You just give her to the competition?
Yeah, right? Give it a spicy.
And this was one because most of the guys around probably weren't so handy. You're a different story. But this was change a tire or change oil? And I mean like a full tire change.
Yeah, I'd rather change oil because I don't have the tools to do the tires.
Well, if you're working under the assumption that you can.
Oh, well, oil still.
Yeah, okay.
Half the time I feel overqualified to change my own oil.
I
but I do now because it saves $50.
Yeah, I think I might have said tire because You don't have to be under the vehicle. Yeah, that's the only reason. Because I did both for Walmart. So
Yeah.
it's like I did both of those things. And then this one, never wear pants again or never wear socks again.
Now, pants, long pants, or can you still rock shorts?
Shorts
Or you're
are
always in your
shorts are a different
Or are
story.
you always in your underwear?
No, when I say pants, I mean long pants. Specifically.
So never wear pants or what?
Socks.
But I like socks. They protect my feet. Looks like I'm going pantsless.
Okay. So only shorts.
Oh.
Yeah, shorts are the option. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'll take the Kevin Smith route.
Exactly. Just always wear, I mean, like, I wear shorts until it hits below 30.
See, doing what I do, I can't wear shorts at work because if I have to take off after somebody through the woods, I don't want to get cut up, carved up, and all that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Been there, done that.
You only,
Sucks.
you only bleed once. From what I've heard, you only bleed once. And then, this was one because it wasn't about you. It's about, well, it's kind of about you, but it's more about your wife. If you're going to freak out your wife, which do you use? Snakes or spiders?
Neither. She doesn't care.
Out of the two, which would be more effective?
Guess spiders.
Okay. And mind you, these can be spiders of any size.
She doesn't give a damn about snakes. I got a reptile dysfunction. I don't like snakes at all.
A reptile dysfunction. Whatever. I also, so guys, welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast. Yes, I'm reliving episode 69 ever so slightly to get Jeff on board for what this is. Because episode 100 is coming up, and
I'll be good. Don't spoil them.
Yeah, I'm not. So these are the questions from episode 69.
Okay.
These are not getting reused. So episode 100 is coming up very quickly, and I need you guys to send in any either or one needs to go or a new thing that I introduce. Yes or no?
Anything other than top fives.
Yes, no top fives and no lengthy answers.
For real, because we'll be there all day long.
So one category I added today as I was breaking it down, I added just simple yes or no questions. That's it.
Yep.
It's a yes or no question.
And I take it we're going to go quick answers unless there's any points of contention. Then we can hash those.
And if there's
unless,
something,
whoa, no,
yeah.
what?
if the way I was looking at it, depending on how people answer, will be whether or not we dig deeper. Because if somebody goes yes to something, you go, and then we're
that's disgusting.
If we,
What the hell?
Exactly. If we have them, we have a new drop, guys. I have a new drop. It's a Jessica drop. So. Sorry, that was just funny. And also, guys, return of the Fat Cam.
Hi, Fat Cam.
Hi, Fat Cam.
Hey, guys.
And the overly lit Fat Cam. Also, I keep forgetting why my camera is so bright. It's because I have a bright white screen in front of me. Guys, of course, if you want to follow this page, go ahead and hit that, or channel, I should say. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTubes. You'll see it coming here on the screen with the channel name. Go ahead and hit that subscribe thingy. It also have a big old thing. It goes, subscribe, across the thing. I should add that as a sound. I should go, subscribe. Which, by the way, I still haven't even edited our drinking videos from last week.
Oh, well. Spread them out.
Well, they're too spread now. They were weekly. Now it's like, we're 3 weeks late. Because that was when Will was here.
Right.
That's been a minute. So either way, guys, also, you can follow us on Rumble. I was going through our Rumble page and seeing how many views things have gotten. There was a little bit of a slowdown for whatever reason. It might have been I didn't add tags to certain videos, which is more important than you expect half the time. The other thing, guys, of course, wherever it is you're listening to us, if it's on Spotify or whatever, hit that follow button or whatever. And if you want to, leave a rating. If you want 5 stars, whatever, let people know that we're doing any kind of good. I was fairly certain that the one from last week was going to get shut down somewhere, and I've yet to see if it will.
Nice.
Because I also didn't get any shitty comments. Guys, if you do leave any comments, I will read them here on the show in the reading comments segment of this thing. Are you dying?
I'm sorry.
Quit dying. Damn it, Jeff. Stop dying. Also, signal if you need to cough. I'll mute you.
Okay.
It'll only barely be in the background. There you go. The international sign of distress. But either way. So, also, guys, if you do want to send in any questions or comments to this channel, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. It'll be here on the screen. You'll hear the sound. And, of course, it's in the description down below if you just want to be able to click on a thingy and go, okay, this is how you spell that, instead of trying to read it in all caps. you know. And then the other thing is the Patreon, where you can see the full uncut version of the podcast, where I did cut some stuff out last week, either for time or for, oh my God, I can't believe we said that. And we do have one more podcast listener on the Patreon. Someone, Judy, just upgraded her subscription.
Thank you, Judy.
So she was only there for the It Doesn't Have to Make Sense channel. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, well, I figure maybe I'll see more content if I do this. I was like, that's literally the point of having higher stakes.
Right.
So she jumped up a little bit to add a little bit more money and be able to see the uncut version of the podcast, which people have been like, hey, I like it with the video. And be like, I do too. That's why you should sign up for the Patreon.
Exactly.
See the whole thing. Because honestly, that much video would take up so much space. I put out the Patreon podcast, the one with the patrons, which, guys, once again, I do that 3 times a month. I sit down with the patrons and just sit and bullshit, and we look at stuff or we talk about politics or whatever. It's a lot of fun.
I wouldn't mind jumping in on one of those.
Yep, it'll be on a Wednesday night at some point.
Let me know.
Yep. Well, we usually do it. Well, if you go to work at midnight, you'll be able to make it. Yeah. So we'll figure that out. So either way, is there anything else I forgot to mention? I don't think so. Oh, the Facebook page was the thing that I meant to mention. So if you want to go ahead and hit the like or follow on Facebook and follow this page, it is linked down below. Also, it'll pop up here on the screen. I really should do these things in a specific order so I don't have to keep editing it every week.
Yeah.
But you can send in voice messages like Shaun did, as he does every week, because he's a good Shaun person. Oh, you look like you were about to say something.
No.
Oh. Were you thinking about other Shauns? Because you're like, he's a good Shaun person, and you had this inquisitive look like, is he, though? It was like, are there better Shauns? Rank your Shauns. We need top 5 top 5 Shauns. Let's do it.
Sean Evans on the top.
He's a pretty good one, I guess.
Yeah, he's a good Sean.
Okay, so let's make sure our audio is good here. Should be. Oh, I was also warned ahead of time about this message. I'm going to record the entire thing and then edit it in post, and because of something that's at the end of it.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be for you and me to hear. Everyone else, except for the patrons, sorry, you won't hear whatever he tagged onto the end of this by accident. He forgot to stop recording. So, all right, let's go.
Question for the pod. Man, what the fuck is deja vu? That shit is crazy, right? What do y'all think it is? Like, how does this work? Man, I can remember having deja vu as a small child. Like, just doing something random, and then all of a sudden you're like, I've done this before. Or I know what happens next.
Yeah.
All throughout your life, right? Dude, what is that? How does that work? Y'all ever had some deja vus? Talk about it.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay.
Either way. But yeah, I'll edit that last bit out for Shaun. Okay, so
I thought that's just how he ended all his messages.
that's just how he always. No, he just he told me what happened, and I'm like, that's funny. Either way, so deja vu. If we're gonna go with one particular definition, that's they changed something.
Yeah, it could be a change in the Matrix.
The Matrix, they altered something. So as soon as
I don't know, deja vu.
I have a theory.
It's a series of learned behaviors, a learned routine, and I'm dying today.
Drink more water.
For real.
It's the beer. The beer's doing it to you. So you said series of learned behaviors.
Series of learned and rote behaviors that you're just used to, and it could be something as simple as, messing with your brother or sister, a lifetime of screwing with them. You know when they're about to retaliate. You know when they're about to do something stupid, and you just stop at mid-track without even thinking about it.
Well,
No.
I don't know if that qualifies as deja vu. I get what you're saying, though. But, like, for me, I have deja vu a lot.
See, I don't. That's probably why I'm not terribly familiar with it.
So, the way I see deja vu, and I've learned this ever since I came up with the Mandela effect. We talked about this on the Mandela effect episode.
I don't like that.
Do you guys remember the Mandela effect episode?
I remember it differently.
You weren't here yet. Dude, one day people will listen to the Mandela effect episode. Either way, to me, deja vu is a couple things. Could be a couple things, I should say. Could be a learned predictive behavior thing, but when you recall entire conversations, it'd be one thing if you said, okay, I know what's going to happen next. That's different. But if it's like this deep feeling that you have absolutely done a thing before, and it's a repeated behavior, but I'm in this place, I heard this noise, I smelled this smell, like full sensory repeat. That's something that I've experienced a lot in my life. Entire conversations with people. Jessica gets it too. So I don't have a real explanation for it, but I have my tinfoil hat explanation for it.
See, I guess I don't get it a lot. I guess I'm so focused on what's next, what's in the future, what's coming next, because I'm so all over the place. I drop whatever conversation I may have had. I barely think about it again.
Yeah. Well, I can have it by myself.
Yeah.
I can have it by myself. It's like, I've done this before. Like this thing, it is the feeling of I've done this before. And it's not a memory situation. I get that
every day. I pull into the same parking lot every damn night. I've done this before.
Yeah. But it's like you probably have had this sensation and you just ignored it. If
I ignore a lot.
Yeah, you ignore a lot. But for me, if I'm going to go tinfoil hat situation, it's memories from the alternate universe bleeding over. It's like it's where so much of your life is exactly the same.
Memories from the multiverse.
Well, yeah. Where like basically like wherever a decision split things off, and then now you're running.
So deja vu's
it's where you're bumping into yourself doing the same thing elsewhere. Like it's like you and you are literally doing the same thing, and because realities are so close together at that point, that you literally experience your other self doing it at the same time.
So you're saying you and your other self made different decisions at that particular point?
No, at this point we've come to the exact same point.
Okay.
It's wherever there was a divergence, like if it was always, you would never feel it. So like either the only way for me, if you're running a parallel universe, at least one that's close. Mm-hmm. So if you assume that there's decisions that so tiny,
just so tiny, like there's a version of me that's thin,
like I'm wearing, yeah. So let's say me wearing a gray hat instead of a black one right now, but everything else up until that exact moment, I almost put my gray hat on out there, and I changed my mind. Yeah. Said the black hat will look better. Had I stuck with the gray hat, different universe, right?
Yeah.
Every little tiny decision we make creates new timeline.
Yeah, butterfly effect.
Yeah. So if we were having a similar situation, so we've diverged now. So, but somewhere along those timelines, we have the same exact experience. There's no variable.
All right.
You bump timelines, so to speak. You know, you just boom, you graze each other.
My brain just doesn't think about that stuff.
But the other thing, the only way I could feel it is that maybe it's a reemergence. So you've diverged, and then events have led to where your timelines become so similar that they come next to each other.
Or could it be getting next to each other, and that deja vu is bumping you back in the right direction?
Well, I don't know because you can't change anything. But I'm saying if that other timeline is close enough, in whatever decision that either of you have made, you literally just basically start running directly parallel. Mm-hmm. So the deja vu is the emergence of those two events.
See, I guess that's why I'm having such a hard time. I don't think I've ever consciously and knowingly had an experience of deja vu.
Yeah, I have. I've had it a lot. And like I've had super creepy.
A lot of that comes from living in the moment, though.
Yeah. Well, Jessica and I both talk about deja vu. Like now with her, when she says deja vu, I think, well, it's kind of hard to know when someone else is having it unless they say it, right? It's like, I swear I've already done this. And then I can say, like, much like you said, we've done these things before, blah, 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 blah. We're just repeating events enough that it's so similar that it triggers something. It's like, but for me, it's not just, I remember going to work down this road, this guy was in front of me, that stuff. It's a full sensory sync.
Oh, yes. Yeah. No,
that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like if all of your senses trigger a memory at the same time, that's something else. Like it's in my mind where it's like, and I don't know what causes it. I don't know why some people don't experience it, or the only reason I could think the other tinfoil hat is deja vu is the memory of because I've talked to you before about the Mandela effect for this universe. Is that we're not from this universe. We're from the parallel universe that was destroyed and we merged in. So the idea of the deja vu here would be we're remembering what our other self did.
Could it possibly be your mind's way of rectifying what you're seeing at the moment in a way it can understand?
That would be the Matrix.
Oh.
That's the Matrix explanation, I
Yeah.
think. Because I think the hard part is like,
It's bridging gaps.
see, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do. I get what you're saying,
'Cause-
but I don't. I don't.
take
feel
say
that.
eyewitness statements from a crime. Eyewitness statements are so unreliable, and they vary so greatly between individual to individual because our mind bridges gaps subconsciously to fill in and explain what we're seeing. That's why you could say, "Hey, this guy had a Glock T-shirt on," but the other guy, he could have just been carrying a Glock pistol. Yeah, it varies so much, and everybody's brains bridges those gaps so differently.
And I get that, but it's not like recalling a memory. That's different.
No, it's
Deja,
finalizing and comprehending a memory.
I don't know. I'd say that's neither here nor there.
Basically, like, you remember Jurassic Park, the recombinant DNA, they used, they say they used frog DNA to bridge those gaps.
Yeah.
That's your mind doing the same thing.
I mean, while I know the mind does do that kind of thing, I don't know if it would.
See, I made you look at it different now.
I don't know if it would result in that, because the hard part is that it's one thing when you remember something, because deja vu doesn't feel like a memory. It feels like
A re-experience?
a re-experience. And it doesn't mean like I've rode the same roller coaster again 2 times back to back with the same people on the same day. It's like every single thing lines up. It's not the tiny little, it's like when every minute detail syncs up.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And I mean, like,
I think a lot of the recollection and experiences of deja vu might be the way our brains thinks, because I honestly think people with a more analytical mind don't experience as often as people that have more creative tendencies.
that you'd be complete opposite on that for me.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm always analytical and always creative. Never turns off.
Yeah.
And I experience deja vu all the time. Like, I mean, I say all the time. Well, here's the funny part. Do you know how hard it is to recall a dream sometimes?
Yes. And sometimes it's
And then sometimes,
absolutely effortless.
yeah. I think part of that is similar to deja vu. Because there's some memories, or not memories, there's some dreams that are fleeting. You can't pull it back no matter what. But then there's other dreams that are so vivid that you can go back and do it again or pick up where you left off. Like, I've done that plenty of times. So, I mean, I've already talked about my multiversal experience before. So,
Yeah, at length.
yeah.
At nauseam.
But here's the other thing that you weren't here for, but I had this discussion that kind of started part of that, was, can dreams instill false memories? Because I had, all the years,
versus trauma, instilling false memories.
trauma is different because that's something you actually experience, whereas a dream is not.
Yep.
Unless you go by the idea that anything you experience, dream or not, as long as your body thinks it's reality, therefore blah, 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 blah. But it's not a false memory if you actually experienced it, right? It's like if you
Sometimes,
it might be
a lot of people with trauma experience or have it dulled or remember it differently than it actually happened to help them cope.
Yeah, that's a coping mechanism. But but that's not a false memory. That's still a memory. It's just adjusted.
Yeah.
For in whatever way. But when I mean false, I mean something that literally never happened, but you remember it happening because it happened in a dream. That happened to me.
Okay.
I woke up wondering where my motorcycle was. I never owned a motorcycle. Ever. Mm-hmm. But in this dream, I did have a motorcycle. I rode the motorcycle. I remember what I was wearing when I rode that motorcycle.
I know where mine is, not on the front porch.
I know, yeah. I know where I stored that motorcycle, and I was wondering why it was disappeared, and I was very angry. I was like, who the fuck stole my bike? Like, it was, like, really intense. And so, but I've never owned a motorcycle. I've never driven a motorcycle. I've been on a motorcycle. I've rode a dirt bike when I was a kid. I've ridden four-wheelers, but I've never owned a motorcycle. I thought about owning a motorcycle.
You should.
So, look at it this way. No, I know I'll die on a motorcycle. That's why I won't do it. I know I will absolutely die on a motorcycle. So, here's the thing. There was a time when I was absolutely considering buying a particular crotch rocket back when I had my first
That's
apartment.
a bad idea.
However, it was just a couple small decisions that led me to not do it. What did we just talk about?
Yeah.
So, reality is getting too close.
There's another reality where you have a motorcycle.
Yeah. And for some reason, I was wanting to go find it, and it was not where the fuck I needed it. And this is where I talked about me doing universe hopping. It's like, so, I mean, but the reason I said that one wasn't universe hopping is because the other stuff happening around the motorcycle missing were a little too absurd, like beyond reality.
Right.
You know, it was like, no, this is flowing more like a dream. But, you know, so maybe somewhere in there, it kind of how you were talking about, maybe it is, you know, false memories installed from somewhere else. Or maybe it is, reality is repeating and the simulation's broken. Because, I mean, if more and more people are having more and more deja vu, maybe the actual thing is broken.
True.
Because, I mean, we already know that this particular simulation that we're stuck in is pretty fucked right now. It's pushing the limits of what people are willing to put up with. You know?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's an interesting question, though, there, Shaun. Interesting question.
That actually spawned off. Yeah, that works.
Well, now you should think about it more. And maybe you should be more cognizant of if you do experience deja vu.
I don't want to be cognizant.
You should. So here's the other thing. You take other substances that I do not.
True.
That might be an effective thing. But Jessica does that too, but not to the degree you do.
I'm tapering off.
Yeah, but still, she like took a gummy the other night to help her sleep. But I thought about taking one, but she said that she had a paranoid experience.
Right.
And I was like, if you're having it, it's going to be amplified for me. Because normally to just help her go to sleep.
I didn't have any last night. I had half a bottle of mead. That put me to sleep real easy.
Yeah.
You touched my stick.
Yeah, you see how much louder you are when I did? It's like, because you leaned over away from it. It's like, aim it at your chin. If you don't want to aim it at your nose, aim it at your chin.
Moving on.
No. Okay, so actually I do have a thing that I just saw while I was pooping before we got started.
Ooh, pooping thoughts.
Pooping thoughts on Instagram. So there was
They're impulsive. Yay!
Yeah, I know what the title is. Impulsive thoughts. Impulsive thoughts. You know, that's funny is a side story aside from what I was about to talk about. But at church yesterday, while we got everything ready for service, and then we do the praying thing before we get going. And like, I had so many intrusive thoughts, like right as James was starting to pray for everybody. I'm just like, shut it off. Like, it's like, so I got to shake my head. I'm like, and then I look across and Greg is wearing a fucking Clinton's shirt. And it's literally Bill and Hillary in like black and white, like Tarantino style.
Yeah.
And it said, well, we can't suicide them all. I was like, why did you wear that to church, you ass? Either way. So back to what I saw during my private time in the bathroom. It was a dad carrying his little daughter into a public bathroom, like say Target or Walmart or something, and he was mad that somebody, he says he was specifically bitching about employees using the family private bathrooms.
Well, I guarantee you why. It's they camp out in there, sit on their phone.
Okay, I agree with that. But so he had to go into the women's room. He knocked, shouted, "Girl, dad coming in. I've got my daughter," and then went in, let her do her business, and then left. And he was bitching about the employees using the bathroom. So my thoughts, as somebody who has to use public bathrooms fairly often and has for a very long time, an open bathroom is an open bathroom.
Exactly. You got to go, if you're doing the Frankenstein run,
Yeah.
and you're stiff arming anybody out of your way, I give a damn what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the correct bathroom, yes.
But family bathroom, open game if it's open.
It's open. I'm sorry.
Now, I've seen drivers and come running out of my truck, legs locked, cheeks clenched, running like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And I've opened the door for people.
Yeah. Get out of the way, yeah.
You know what's coming.
And like, because of the particular time that I tend to work, most places that have public bathrooms are just now opening and probably just now cleaning their main bathrooms when I get there. However, the family bathroom is generally open. So if it's open and I gotta go, because that's usually my time to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing if you're in there pissing, who gives a shit? But if you're in there taking a shit, playing on your phone, all this other stuff, and you saw an employee go in there, I'm like, first of all, you don't know what led up to that. It's like, assuming it's either side of the, assuming it was a male employee because of the way he's bitching.
Regardless, employees should leave the family bathroom open for people that may have the need for it.
Here's my excuse. I'm making the assumption based on the available results. It was a male employee because he had to go into the women's room with his little girl.
Okay.
Now, the reason I say that, obviously I explain that, is if that dude went into that bathroom, there's only two reasons. He just wants to go in there for privacy because anyone deserves that. Or the men's room was full and he needed to shit.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. While it is inconvenient for girl dad to need to take his little girl to the bathroom, you got to do what you got to do. It's like it's like, first of all, this comes down to the whole trans bathroom discussion. It's like, well, who do we let into which bathroom? It's like, first of all, parents have been taking their kids into a bathroom when they're too young.
That's a given. That's
always
simple. Kids are kids, and you do what you got to do to make sure they're squared away.
So here's the question. Which bathroom do you go to? The child's gender or yours?
See, not having a daughter, I haven't had to deal with that.
Well, you have a stepdaughter.
Yeah, but she was 11
Okay, but still.
or 8.
It's still, assuming you had to take a small female child to the bathroom in public and it's just you don't have any choice, which bathroom do you choose?
Mine.
Okay, so
That's just a me thing.
that would be my thought. You take her into the men's room, just like what happened with me when
Let
I
her
was
do her thing and guard the fucking door.
when I was a little boy. My mom took me into the women's room to use the bathroom. She didn't take me to the men's room to use the bathroom.
Right.
So to me, it always made sense. You go to the. So when this dad went into the female bathroom, I mean, maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he went into the women's bathroom because why else would he have to yell ahead of time, right? You know, if he's knocking and then yelling in, what if it was the men's room? He wouldn't have to do that, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So the way I look at it, if he's going into the women's room to prioritize her, which, okay, I still see the point, but that's not how we grew up. We grew up with it being you go in with the parent, so the parent goes into the right thing. Because now you've got girl dad going into female bathroom. What if there's a little girl in there needing to change or whatever? I don't know. And now you have a new awkward situation.
Right.
It's okay. I brought my daughter. Nope, that's not the right. That's not the right excuse, my friend. It's like, I understand your frustration, but here's the other part of that. How do we know he didn't see the men's room was out of commission, and that's why he needed to go to the family bathroom and then had to go to the third bathroom?
Speculation. We don't know the facts.
We don't know any of the setup at all. He picked up his video.
Apparently someone's bitching just a bitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I get it. He wanted to have a private spot for him to take his daughter for the thing, for a family bathroom. I get it. I totally do. So here's the only solution that has ever come up. Every bathroom is now a family bathroom. Right. You get rid of the large bathrooms. You have 10, or 10's overkill, 6 fucking locking bathrooms in a store. You just redo that whole fucking area, knock out a useless ass office up front, and put in another fucking bathroom, you know? And if you really want to be PC about it, you put a toilet and a urinal and you call it a day. That way, no matter who's coming in there.
Oh, and then everybody else is going to be up in arms bitching about it.
Why?
Because there will be. People are always going to
How are you going to bitch that you have an open bathroom you can lock?
Oh, still, people are always going to find something to bitch about.
Look, I'd rather them bitch that they have too many choices rather than less choices.
Yeah.
It's like too many options is a problem when it comes to pizza. It's not a problem when it comes to bathrooms. It's like you get one choice, a locking stall for you and you alone.
Oh, like Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Well, that's still segregated bathrooms, but you have an isolated stall.
If it was an isolated stall with a toilet and a urinal and all of them locked.
So look at it this way. What if the Buc-ee's bathrooms did not have a segregated side, or like, because you go into the men's or you go into the women's?
I still see an issue with those individuals that have a predatory mindset taking advantage of that, and I'm not cool with that.
But unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Any door that can lock will produce that problem.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So if you really wanted to go there, get rid of the urinals, period, and then just make a Bucky's bathroom nothing but all of those single locking doors.
Yeah.
Men or women, doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, if there's a security issue...
Which are undoubtedly the single greatest bathrooms ever.
They're pretty damn good.
For public bathrooms?
They're good for large public bathrooms in a gas station situation. For me, medical building bathrooms are better.
Of course.
Yeah, because they're generally cleaner.
Quiet, nice little music going.
Not always. There's a particular building here in town that they need somebody to clean the downstairs bathroom hourly because, oh my God, it is bad.
That's awful.
It is really bad.
Bunch of heathens running around there.
However, given the time of day that I tend to work, most of those bathrooms haven't been used yet, if I'm lucky.
So you get after everybody's gone home and they've been cleaned.
It's already been cleaned, and it's just sitting there waiting for the first
detritus
dump of the night.
from the previous day.
It's waiting for the first dump of the day. However, that's not always. But there's a particular building that if I have time and I need to go to the bathroom, I go there because I know that bathroom is generally open and generally clean. There's another one that I used to go to all the time that was in a medical office building. It wasn't just a straight up medical building, but there's a lot of medical offices in it. A couple stores and stuff like that. But I always went to the second floor bathroom because most people use the bottom bathroom.
And with that, we've spent entirely too much time talking about bathrooms.
What else are we going to do?
Next.
What are we going to do? Talk about the Trump trial that got all fucked up this weekend?
Oh, no.
Did you hear about this?
Yeah, about the jurors and all that?
Yeah, but I mean, without going too far into it,
basically, a juror walking in with a foregone conclusion,
or they were told what the conclusion was going to be. Yeah. Which the only problem I have with that entire situation, from what I know, they were given a laptop with instructions from the judge. Has anyone?
No, what I was heard via Hannity. They were given 35 pages of juror instructions.
Yeah, that was
read
one
to them, which took an hour plus.
Yes,
and they weren't allowed to take the juror instructions in with them,
which is even dumber.
Which was
but there was a time, there was something that they were sent in with a laptop.
According to Hannity, it was, or is it
it doesn't matter who said it.
Anyway, it was basically here's 5 steps, and if you take these 5 steps, you're going to end up with guilty.
Yeah. Now that makes sense. That's how jury instruction usually should go, which I should probably, track because I have jury duty in 2 weeks. But either way,
act like me, you'll get out of it.
No, it's fine. I don't want to go to jail. They won't tussle with you. They'll probably fuck me over. So, but because I remember at some point it said that the only way that they were going to have something was it was a single laptop sent in with them. I'm like, we don't know what that said on that laptop. Not to get conspiratorial about it. It's like there could have been all number of things on that laptop that were instructions.
Right.
However, if somebody said, hey, my cousin who's on the jury said this is going to happen, also didn't say if there were an alternate or not. Mm-hmm. Either way, it doesn't matter. That was a foregone conclusion a day before they even were sent to deliberate. So if a juror said, yeah, he's going to be found guilty no matter what, I'd be like, oh, hey, maybe that yeah.
Yeah.
But the weird part about that, I don't know if you saw the images. There were 2 separate posts, 2 separate comments, very similar, but the judge, people thought the judge edited the image that was sent to the lawyers. There were 2 separate ones. They thought they were manipulated. It's like, no, this person commented twice about this situation.
Well, I honestly believe no matter how much evidence is put in front of that particular judge, that he will not overturn the ruling.
It doesn't matter if he wants to overturn it or not.
But he won't.
I know. But the thing is, it may not even overturn the ruling. It might just get the...
be called a mistrial.
No, it's too late for a mistrial because we already got the verdict.
Okay.
It can't be a mistrial after the verdict. However, what it can do is, because now Trump has already been convicted, it would be double jeopardy to be tried again.
Yeah.
So what they can do is basically realize that if we send Trump to prison, things are going to get way worse for us. So they said, okay, so what we'll do is we can't send him to prison, but we got to just basically throw this away. He stays convicted, but we can't send him to prison. We can't punish him. But we have that conviction. We can keep saying he's a convicted felon. Mm-hmm. He just can't be punished because the trial was already thrown out.
Right.
And we can't try him again for this because it would be double jeopardy.
It still has to go through appeals. We'll see what that process is.
Not at this point, it doesn't. It's like if this will get it, not even have to go to appeals. They just like, look, if the jury talked to someone on the outside which they're already not supposed to do, and they know who it was, because obviously the judge knew who the jurors were. Mm-hmm. They were keeping everybody's name secret this go around. Yeah, go figure.
Right.
This trial, they managed to keep everyone a secret. But either way, it's stupid and got made even more complicated than it already was. And the only outcome that I could see, well, there's two likely outcomes. The judge ignores it despite the fact that he's the one who brought it up. He brought it up.
Yeah.
Or they do exactly what I just said. They have to throw out anything. He can't be punished for it, and they can't try him for it again, because that would be double jeopardy, because he's already been tried and convicted for the crime. So, I mean, you know, the rest of it aside, that part of it is so fucking ridiculous. It's like, this whole trial was already ridiculous, and they somehow, after it was over, somehow made it even more ridiculous. Yep. It's like, that's fucking nuts.
They're pretty good about shooting themselves in the foot on a regular basis.
Yeah, and this is what I always like to say. They like to shoot themselves in the foot, but after they already put it in their mouth.
Right.
Catch my drift. They like to Clinton their own stuff. Oh, my back just popped. That was nice. So another thing I saw, I didn't realize this. There was an Amy Winehouse movie that was made and came out.
I don't keep up.
But like, I
don't even know who Amy Winehouse is.
She was a singer. She's part of the, what was it, 27 Club? One of these people who committed suicide at 27.
Oh, good for her.
They were super famous. She's the one who did the song Rehab. You probably have heard it. I've been isolated from life forever.
Because my life's peaceful and enjoyable.
Sure it is. Sure it is. Right. God, I wish I could zoom my camera out. It's way too close. Stupid camera controls. Excuse me. Either way. But yeah, I didn't even know this movie existed, and I saw it's coming out to streaming in Blu-ray. I'm like, did this movie ever go to theaters? Where the fuck? I was like, it looks. I mean, it's a big budget movie. It's like a biopic on her, which, I mean, sure, she had a pretty short career, but a big impact on a lot of people. Stuff like that. She was a big artist for what she was, and the fact that she did try to get clean and then ended up ending her own life eventually. Or I'm sorry, let me not misrepresent it. I don't know if she ended her own life or just died at 27 due to things she did. I should put it that way, because I can't remember at this particular moment as I'm saying it out loud which way she died.
Right.
It might not have been like Chris Farley wasn't a suicide realistically. Like, he died from
his lifestyle.
Yeah. So she had a really bad drugs and drinking lifestyle. She had a whole song about not going to rehab.
Right.
So, and the song is literally, they tried to make me go to rehab. I said no. So that's one of her big songs.
Yeah, I guess I don't keep up with pop and all that stuff.
Yeah, but she died in like 2002. It's been a minute.
So it's old school.
Yeah.
Old news.
She was really big when we were in school and coming up. So, I mean, I don't blame you for not hearing her, but it's just, that's when she was big. Was like very late 90s into 2000s.
Yeah, unless it was on the 94.5 The Buzz, I didn't hear anything about school.
Entirely possible. They played an Amy Winehouse song. Let me find out when she died.
Yep.
She died in 2011. I'm sorry, I've really... whoa. Amy Winehouse did not die of suicide. I apologize. But she did die of alcohol poisoning, at least the way they say that. Said her brother said that bulimia was to blame after her death. And then the movie is Back to Black. Oh, no, that was the name of the album. The movie is also called Back to Black. I did not see these things. Okay. Yeah, it's 2011, man. This year is... The last few years have been ridiculous. I was right about 27 Club, though. In that whole thing with... with all those different artists that died at the age of 27. And he's back. About fucking time.
Yep.
It's in there for 35 minutes.
Holy cow.
You almost knocked the beer over, by the way.
But I didn't.
You almost did. I forgot there was a comment on last week's episode. I was reminded.
Sweet. What we got?
Christine corrected us on one thing. We talked about German chocolate cake.
Yes.
That is a Texas invention.
No way.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, stuff that we wouldn't know. Thank you, Christine.
But I mean, we have a massive historic German and Polish roots.
Right.
Let me go look here.
Well, that is my mother's favorite.
Okay. I don't mind all of the flavors except for the cocoa nut.
So I
just like the cocoa nut.
We had a Chihuahua growing up, and my mother made herself a German chocolate cake, and she jumped up or he jumped up on the counter while we were gone and ate every bit of the frosting off the cake.
Oh, good Lord.
And the little turd didn't even have the good decency to get sick.
Yeah. So
Those little dogs are damn near indestructible.
So check this out. This is to be believed. Then the common misconception is that German chocolate cake comes from Germany. In fact, the name comes from American baker Samuel German, who developed a type of dark baking chocolate in 1852.
Well, thank you, Mr. German.
Yep, that makes way
For
more sense.
some people's favorite cake.
I wonder if there's a Wikipedia on it. I want to know. Whoop, hold on. History of, not the world, German chocolate cake. That's what I want to see. German Shepherd. Same thing. They're also not German. I mean, Christine would know.
German Shepherd, they're not from Germany?
No, I'm joking.
I was about to say. I just discovered today the Rottweiler breed's from Germany.
You couldn't get that from the name?
Yeah, that was from the they were basically left there after the Romans left. Because they used them as drover dogs, herding dogs.
Yeah. Oh, I need to send you this video I saw earlier. Shit, I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. It was of this massive, it has to been like some form of mastiff breed with a pit bull, because he had the coloring like a mastiff but built like a pit bull.
Okay.
And it was huge, but like super friendly. I think they called him like Goliath or something.
I am eyeballing for my next working dog a Rottweiler pit bull combo,
Oh, dear Lord.
and they are gorgeous.
Yeah, people will be like trying to shoot you for that. That's freaky. Nope. That's a little too much killer in there. Yeah.
That's a me kind of dog.
So the history. In 1957, a recipe for German chocolate cake appeared in the Recipe of the Day in the Dallas Morning News. It was created by Mrs. George Clay, a homemaker from Dallas, Texas, and used the German's sweet chocolate baking chocolate introduced in 1853 by American baker Samuel German from the Baker's Chocolate Company. So basically, it's called that specifically because of the chocolate use, but it was created in 1957, give or take.
Okay, cool.
So not only is it not German, it is made from Texas chocolate. But that's interesting to know such things. What's it? Huh. Interesting. Hawaii does it slightly different. Either way. I don't know. That was just a thing. But it was funny that she brought that up, because I forgot we said that in the episode.
Well, we don't know everything. Thank you for helping out.
Are you sure?
We act like we do, but
We know a lot of things.
correct us.
Did you know there was a new Alien movie coming?
I enjoyed most of that franchise, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a new one coming. It's called Alien Romulus. Looks like they borrowed a lot from the more recent video games.
Okay.
And it looks like they also stole like every single idea from every single Alien movie.
Because I introduced my son to the first ones,
Yeah.
the very first Alien. And one of the first scenes you see that...
Sorry.
Wow, thank you.
Sorry.
Make it poop a little.
Forgot it. Well, we're already talking about it.
But one of the first scenes you see the alien, you can see the actor in the suit, and he basically throws his hands straight out like this.
Yeah.
And Luke goes, jazz hands.
All right.
So now every time we see those aliens, we do that.
So turning the screen so you can see it. I assume you can see
All
it.
right, big boom. Let's go.
Yeah. Let me adjust the audio. I just hit buttons with my hand. I hope nothing changed.
Touchscreen?
Making sure. Still recording. Okay, good. Oh, there we go.
No more
Is this
Sigourney
really where you
Weaver?
want to spend the rest of your life?
You
No.
know I don't.
Also, I don't know if this is prequel or just other time going on. No, Sigourney Weaver's. Well, she might have a cameo. We'll see.
That'd be great.
But I have no idea when this is taking place. Because this might be after
Then this is our only ticket out of
Prometheus
here.
and all that.
So I haven't seen Prometheus. I need to.
Oh, you haven't seen Prometheus or Alien Covenant?
No,
Okay.
neither.
Okay, so this might be coming after Covenant, which would make a little sense. But you can see they kind of copy ideas from other ones, except... Yeah.
Show me the jazz hands.
Look at this. new way to do that.
What's happening?
Oh, there's a face hugger.
There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the
I don't know,
water?
there's just something in the fucking water. Fucking thing's hunting us.
Open the door, come on.
Run.
Yep, someone made the cardinal mistake of Oh,
Are you?
did you see that?
No. What did I miss?
Hold on, I gotta.
What didn't I notice?
That is a hellscape like nothing you'd want to see.
Oh, yeah.
What is floating everywhere?
Alien acid.
Yeah, alien blood.
Yeah.
So we've never seen what happens in 0G. With
Oh,
that.
God, it'd get everywhere, and there's no avoiding
She's
it.
floating into it. Clearly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they are going to do some crazy shit. You can see like the rough everything. It looks like something exploded, or maybe that's where they were like, you know how the aliens tend to terraform things to their own things.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Nice.
So you can tell they definitely borrow a lot from the previous movies in the franchise. But I mean, when don't they? You know, every alien movie has the same kind of shit, basically.
They have the basic trope, but man, it's every single one of those movies has been so different. You know, from the first one on the ship, the second one down at the that base,
Yeah.
third one at the prison planet.
Yep. Now, Alien 3 was not good.
That was not good at all, but it
Had
exists.
now, if you've seen the director's cut,
Now the fourth one, I enjoyed the fourth one.
Resurrection?
Yes.
Ugh.
I liked when they sucked him out of the little hole in the window.
Yeah, that was gross. The only thing I didn't... One also made zero fucking sense.
Yeah,
Still makes no sense.
Ripley was cloned,
That makes more sense.
and she was part alien.
Yeah, that still makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because they set that up. Basically, all scientists have said this. If you have a hole like that in your hull, in spaces outside, covering that with anything solves the problem.
True. You're only at one atmosphere.
Yeah. It's just one atmosphere. It wouldn't push. Like, people think that space sucks things out. It's like, no, air pushes things out. But once that hole is covered, whether that's with you or something else, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it was
Now,
willing suspension of disbelief.
the-
It was entertaining to watch.
the only way that it would make sense is if it's because I think it was Ripley's blood she threw on the wall or something to make
she
it.
cut her hand on the big giant slimy baby's tooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
and she made the hole in the hole.
yeah,
A hole.
there's a hole in the hole.
The hole in the hole. But still, it wouldn't make any sense at all for it to be basically completely eviscerated and sucked through it. It would make zero sense.
Yeah.
But either way, the other thing is you sent me a movie trailer the other day, which was
Oh, I don't remember.
Venom 3.
Yes. Okay, I enjoyed that.
Okay, so you talk about that because I could give a shit less, if you recall it.
I don't know, just a neat way to wrap up the trilogy.
Assuming it's only going to be a trilogy.
Well, we'll see. I enjoyed the Venom series. It was fun.
Have you seen the second one?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't.
I has it.
You has it.
Yes.
Okay. I was not interested in it once.
The second one was good. It was a lot of fun.
Well, as soon as I said that Woody Harrelson was going to be playing Carnage, I'm like, I'm out.
He did a good job. He played a very, very good bad guy, and it really worked.
I think my problem is that character is not that old.
Yeah.
He's like Eddie Brock's age at best. So Woody Harrelson is too old to be playing Cletus Cassidy.
It worked.
I mean,
And the third one, did you watch the trailer?
yeah, I saw the trailer.
The friggin' Venom wrapping up the horse thing was badass.
Which, to me, doesn't make a lot of sense that Venom
Doesn't have to. It's a movie.
It has to make sense. Movies have their own internal logic. And when they throw it out the window for a cool scene, that's just the rule of cool, but the rule of cool doesn't always apply.
See, I don't know. I guess I've been watching too much of those Tollywood, Bollywood films lately.
Tollywood? That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
What?
It's Tollywood. It's a spin-off of the Bollywood movies.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
I can proofify it.
I don't care if you proofify it. So, because you watched RRR the other day.
I did.
Which I have.
Tollywood stands for TELGU, Telugu. Telugu language tribe. That's the Tollywood in it.
That makes no sense. I don't get it.
It is what it is.
We just start making shit up now.
I'm not. I promise you.
I'm not saying you're making shit. I said they're making up shit now. They're just like, yeah, it's
the Telugu cinema, also known as Tollywood, is a segment of Indian cinema dedicated to the production of motion pictures in the Telugu language, widely spoken in the states of places.
So it's a very, very specific Bollywood.
And it was RRR was good. I'm about to watch another one here probably tonight.
Yeah. Are you watching in original Indian or translated?
I'm not dubbed. I'm subtitles.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's bad enough that they'll do it for Asian cinema and stuff like that.
Well, it was fun. I had a good time. I was going,
Oh.
why are they saying, hey, that's not bad. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, RRR was one of the biggest Bollywood big budget films, and it went straight to Netflix as far as I know. Well, for us, it went straight to Netflix, I should say. It was probably a movie released there. Because there's a lot of really big movies like that. Like if you watch Corridor Digital, they go over Bollywood films a lot.
All right.
Because you'll see that's how I knew more about RRR was when they looked at it, because it was ridiculous.
It was one of those movies, though, that never ended. Every time you thought it was about to end, something else happened.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like, this could have been a trilogy, but they're like, no, we're just going to make
do it all
one movie.
now.
Yeah, it's just all one movie. It's fine. And it is fun, but it is ridiculous, especially when the dude raids the compound later with all the animals.
That was awesome.
It's fucking insane.
It was fun to watch.
I love that he's in the cart or a truck or whatever,
Well,
with the torches already, just standing there waiting, and then it tips over, and then he and the animals all come out at the same time, and then he's all like, "Okay, animals, you go do your thing," and then they turn on him.
They
and then
turned
he's
on
like,
him, yeah.
He's like, "Nope, that's why I've got torches, fuckers," and they're like, "Good point," and then they go attack everyone else who has guns.
It was a lot of fun.
It's like, yeah, all those other people have guns. It's fine.
I think that's the point of those movies, though.
There's another one.
To tell a good story,
Yeah.
but also to entertain, to get you engaged and involved in the movie.
Well, there are mindless entertainment movies. They do exist.
Yeah.
I don't deny the existence of said things. But it's just like, sometimes, like I just mentioned with Venom, is like internal logic.
That RRR did feel like a bit of a propaganda piece, though.
How so?
Oh, just their Telugu pride and all that.
I mean, it's better than Chinese propaganda.
Yeah, but still,
Because at least it's inoffensive
it
propaganda.
was a movie to take their people and pump them up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, that's not necessarily propaganda. That's just pro to whatever that word is.
Propaganda is anything where you're supporting one particular thing.
Yeah, but I think propaganda is attempting to convince rather than just enlightening.
Anyway, it was fun.
Yeah, I think propaganda has a very specific
The next
motive.
one I'm watching, it's got two giant armies clashing and all that. It should be a lot of fun.
You should start watching some Korean movies. You'll be really blown away.
It's called Pinapat, The Great Betrayal.
Oh, you figured out the one you were looking for finally. Yeah. Okay. There was one I saw. They did it on Corridor. It was definitely some army type things, not modern. It was like
This is set way
later.
back.
And one of the scenes they show is where this like small army of dudes, they're like clearly some kind of like special forces, like Spartans, and they all have big shields. They get together into a formation, and then they use a catapult to
drag the sheets.
No, they fling these dudes. These guys are all held together with like a chain or something, and they launch themselves over the wall. They look like a coconut almost coming over, and then they bounce, and then
I think I saw one of those clips.
Yeah.
This one, I hope it's this one. They take catapults and they attach these massive tarps, sheets, cloth sheets, soaked in flammable something or other.
Yeah.
And when they launch two of them at a time, it drags the whole thing. They shoot it with a flaming arrow, and they drop a whole flaming sheet over hundreds of enemy troops.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That sounds like a war crime.
Yeah.
But as a
Human beings are great at doing horrible things to one another.
But as a great man once said, it's never a war crime the first time.
No. Also depends on if you win or not.
That's true. But that's it. The fat electrician. It's never a war crime the first time. It's only a war crime after you do it again. The first time doesn't count. Which I need to get back to some of the unsubscribe.
I love those shows. They make me laugh so much. Did
you
see the one where they had the Matt Kirkinen from Demolition Ranch?
No, not
Very
yet.
funny. Very funny.
I've been watching a lot of Brandon Herrera.
I just saw the results from his congressional runoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking close.
Yeah.
For a guy who's just shit tubes.
Just a random gun tuber.
Did you see how many people actually voted?
As the gun tubers go, though, he's one of the most better spoken, more intelligent gun tubers.
He's great.
Yeah.
And I like him. And it would have been great if he was in Congress.
Heck yeah.
Especially considering the district he was running in would have been really great.
Would have been huge. That's what the biggest in Texas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
probably
it
the
is
country.
way too fucking big of a
It goes from what, San Antonio all the way to El Paso?
yeah, down along the border. Yeah, it's a huge fucking segment. That's why it's important that he could have got in there to help with a lot of things.
He'll run again.
He will. But actually, I don't know if he will.
Really?
He might run more local. But because he talked about it, the main reason they did it was to prove a point, and they proved it. They also proved in a secondary point that Americans don't fucking come out to vote.
Right.
Because they only got like 29,000 votes, period. That's it. And that giant district, they only got 29,000 people to come out and fucking vote. And he only lost by like 443 votes. That's it. Yep. That is a tiny, less than 1% vote difference. So for the incumbent to be challenged by a fucking dork on fucking YouTube and to have all the gun tube community come together around him to get that close to winning is nuts. Mm-hmm. Now, if they had actually got real people to come out and vote, like obviously we couldn't have voted for him.
We couldn't because we don't live in
We're not in that district. No, well, if we were in another fucking state, it wouldn't matter. They'd be like, oh, you voted? Cool. We're not going to bother checking backgrounds or where you live or anything else like that. Let's go vote in every district. We can just change the map. I don't know what they would call that.
What, anarchy?
It's just voting in every district. It doesn't matter. But either way, yeah, no, Brandon's great. I was just going over, I watched his AK-50 video, which was...
I still haven't seen that. I need to touch base.
You need to watch the AK-50 video.
I don't know. I'm not much into AKs. I've been hesitant to break into a new caliber right now because I don't want to have to rebuy.
It's 50 BMG AK.
Yeah.
And reliable. Yeah. Heavy as fuck.
I like AKs.
It is super heavy. That's the other thing
I've shot a number of them. The only one I've found so far that I really like is a Serbian AK.
Okay.
It's
all the same.
Well, depends. The sighting system, the blade sight systems they had were accurate, and it was just a good accurate weapon.
Yeah, well, you can always build your own AK and
I was hitting a 10-inch steel at 100 yards standing.
You should do better than that.
Good enough for never touching it.
Get an AK-50, you'll hit it much further away.
What steel?
What steel? The steel way over there. I can't even see it. A million miles away. But I was watching a lot of his gun review videos, and then also the video where they had the giant range day for other creators. They had like 3,000 people.
Cool.
Come out to Demolition Ranch, and like just shot all.
Were they at his gun range, or were they at the?
No, they were at Demolition Ranch.
They weren't at the resort.
No.
Okay.
Straight up Demolition Ranch, because you just put up a giant new berm just for this, literally like 20 feet high.
Those turkey shoots are insane.
Like, I mean, they had everybody. They're like actual gun tubers, regular YouTubers, people they'd never met.
Houston Jones
people
came
they
back
knew, lots of people. It was ridiculous. Like I didn't see the entire video, just watched one person's vlog.
Was Kentucky there?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, of course.
This was way after his accident. So
okay.
Yeah. But they had everybody.
He's on
out
2 years
there.
now after that.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So yeah, no, that's what I've been doing a lot of lately is watching a lot of that stuff. And then one of my favorite, obviously you came over while I was in the middle of my favorite episode of Sherlock.
Yep, I enjoy the Sherlock series.
Yeah. Did I mention? I might have mentioned it, but I might have sidestepped it. I rewatched Godzilla -1 now that it's on Netflix.
You said it, and I'm probably going to sit down when I have time to actually read the closed captions and pay attention.
Yeah. So, and Shaun, I told Shaun the same
I heard
thing.
it was visually, it was great.
Yeah. I mean, it gets a little weird in certain spots.
Well, no shit.
You can see where the budget drops because they had a tiny budget.
It was what, 25 million or something like that?
It was real small.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, if you believe all the propaganda. Yeah. But either way, if it was one dude if there's one real dude that made the visuals happen, it's impressive. But the point is that I tried to get Jessica to watch it with me. She was on the couch next to me.
But she was on her phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's like, well, I don't want to read all this. I'm like, I'm not watching this in English. That's basically what I said. I was like, no, I'm not going to watch a Japanese
Put your phone
movie.
down. Pay attention to something.
Read. It's fine. Well, closed captions are so hard.
That's the deja vu. Put your phone down. Pay attention.
That's not even deja vu. That's just every fucking day. But she got mad at me yesterday because I dominated the fucking TV yesterday. I said, nope. It's like, we got home from church. We got home from lunch. And I said, fuck it. I'm dominating the TV.
I'm so fortunate. I have my own in my room with the internet right next to it, and my Wi-Fi hub.
Yeah.
And I got Fire Stick, and I'm set up, ready to go.
Well, see, the thing is I've spent too much time away from her that she's had to make comments about it repeatedly.
Yeah.
Because I come in here and I'll stay in here. You know, the reason why we do this podcast during the day is so that we're not having time with her.
I had a similar conversation, and my thing was, well, why? If we're going to spend time together and you're going to be on your phone the entire time.
And I agree with that. That's why we try to find things to watch together, which we don't always manage.
Right.
But she just finally finished her stupid ass show she was watching. Thank God. But now she has to find something new to watch. So
I got another stupid ass show I'm watching at work.
Oh.
Called Sanctuary.
Oh, I know that show.
2008.
Yeah. I saw that a little
Not
bit.
bad. I like it.
I think I saw a few episodes of that back in the day.
Budget's not great. The special effects aren't great, but the storytelling, the characters are good.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever go back to do Fallout?
No, I need to catch up on that.
Okay, yeah. Fallout was pretty good. Like it had,
I'm having a hard time getting into it.
yeah.
I need to find another option. I guess Steam Deck or something like that, so I can play some of those games. And
I've never played the games, and it didn't hinder my
Okay.
enjoyment. It's just attention span, I think, sometimes.
it gets real slow sometimes.
Because, well, most shows do. I mean, you watched 85 seasons of NCIS. There weren't slow parts.
21.
85.
And they're about to come out with season 22.
If you add all the NCISs together,
Yeah.
they're 85. I'm lumping NCIS, even though it's not the same
Okay.
thing. Even if it's not the same thing. Not CIS. What is it? No. Crime Scene Investigation. CSI.
CSI, yeah.
I was close. So I lump NCIS and CSI together, even though they're not the same.
They're not the
I just
same.
lump it together because it's all the same
But
bullshit.
now they're rocking. They're also doing a NCIS Europe, I think 2025 or 2026.
Did you see the announcement
Because
the other day?
Ziva and Tony are going to be leading that team.
They're getting their own spin-off. That's
Yeah.
called literally NCIS, Ziva, and Tony.
Or I saw it NCIS Europe.
No, this is called
Okay,
Ziva
cool.
and Tony.
Well, I like them.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
I don't care. I watched the show with my parents, and I'm just like, this is so fucking dumb. It's like, look, it's a procedural crime drama.
It's a procedural crime drama, yeah, but I was adjacent to that as a career.
Yeah.
But I don't get like my dad.
Yeah.
Career law enforcement. He comes home, he watches Cops. He watches, the first 48. That's all the stuff he watches. He won't watch anything else.
First 48 can be fun, but it is kind of how Tom Segura said it. If they don't find that or deal with that shit in the first 48 hours, they just give up on that shit. Now, the only parts where first 48 gets good is when they catch back up like months later when they finally have a break in the case. I was like, we're not in the first 48 now. This is bullshit. Or I guess there's the other one that was like 48.
See, I
48
watched
hours
one of those that
movie.
was on a YouTube I found.
Yeah.
And it was a 19-year-old guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically killed a homeless dude.
Yeah.
And the cops caught up. He said, "Hey, do you know why I'm stopping?" He's like, "Yeah, I killed that guy."
Yeah.
And he had the dude's head in a bag. And,
Yeah, I remember this case.
Holy cow.
I remember this case. I do. No,
and the dude was so nonchalant and just happy as hell to talk about it. And
Yeah.
what the hell, man?
So here's the thing: is that so Jessica did watch. We watched the actual TV show
Because I got hooked onto that and I finished it out.
Yeah. So she watches this channel that basically does that, and they watch the entire interrogations with a narrator. I'm like, this
Some
is
of these
a
people
slow
are
as fuck show. Like, so she'll sit down and she'll watch this thing, and it's narrated by somebody. I don't know who the fuck it is. I don't know the channel. And she will sit there and watch 2.5 hours straight, if not longer, of this fucking interrogation of these people that has been edited, and you're being told. The annoying part about it for me was the narrator tells you what you're about to watch.
Deja vu.
It's not deja vu. That's just,
Damn it,
but
I still don't get it.
he just keeps saying, he tells you exactly what they're going to ask and what's going to happen, and then you watch it happen. I'm like, Why don't you tell us after we watched it, or give an
new
opinion?
information.
Give me an opinion based on what you just said instead of telling me what I'm about to watch. Telling me what I'm about to watch is fucking stupid. Because what's the point of me watching any of this if you're telling me ahead of time?
Or what was the other one I watched? This girl called the cops. She escaped her home, and her and her siblings,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of them have been basically trapped
Yeah.
in their house, weren't allowed to leave, and they're handcuffed and chained to the beds. And
So yeah, I've seen those.
that was rough.
So with that last thing you just mentioned with the 19-year-old dude, there's a case on TV this morning, the actual news, and I wanted to bring it up because I had thoughts. It's a 14-year-old kid who I
heard briefly
killed
on-
someone. I think it was either a fight or a beating or a gang-related thing. Either way, 14 years old, flat out. Yeah, do a Google if you can.
doing it.
It was in Houston proper, killed someone, admitted to it, basically caught in the act of murdering someone, and they're talking about having the kid classified as an adult so they could try him for murder, even though he's 14.
It was in Houston.
Yeah.
Mother of 14-year-old charged. Nope.
Nope.
It's not the farmer's market death.
Don't think so, but it might have been.
I'm getting farmer's market shootings. Family says 14-year-old arrested.
Okay.
Would you want me to roll into it with my announcer voice?
Let me pull it up here.
Or do you want me to read and give you a synopsis? A gentleman named Damon Pierce was shot and killed on Thursday, June 6, when police said he tried to stop...
Are you on KHOU?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
When police said he tried to stop two people from stealing a golf cart. Let's see.
Okay, I'll read. So, Houston. There's been an arrest in the shooting death of a Houston Farmers Market employee. Friend accused in the shooting of 30-year-old Damon Price, father of two. Checking on the employees early Thursday morning, police said two people came in, tried to steal a golf cart. When they tried to stop them, they shot him. Police said that the 14-year-old was referred to Harris County Juvenile Probation Authorities on capital murder charge. There's no word yet on
Oh,
this.
yeah. They said his mother turned him in.
Okay, good. Well, good, Mom. Fucking yay.
Said according to Houston police, two suspects had broken into a shop at the Houston Farmers Market and were trying to steal a golf cart that was parked near the exit.
Yep.
Around 4:15 a.m., Price, who was in charge of checking out trucks with produce, confronted them and a fight broke out. Investigators said one of the suspects pulled out a gun during the fight and shot Price before both of them ran away. Houston police said they have multiple surveillance videos to work with and were hopeful that they would lead to the second suspect.
I'm reading it. Let's say it's
I was trying to be like back at school. We take turns.
Yeah, I was reading. I was trying to read ahead. It says, Price family members are begging for justice. They said, losing him this way is hard to understand. He was my baby boy. I know that, Damon Price's father, Leo Price, said. He said, details of his son's death have been coming in slowly in the wake of the tragedy. It was shaking the family. It's like, I didn't get frustrated. I just got hurt, he said. I love him. He was my son. He wasn't perfect, which none of us were, but this happened while he was doing his job, which is fucked up. So let's see if we can scroll. Okay, so Damon Price.
There's not much more.
Okay, so this might have been. Hold on.
Yeah, there's not much more information.
Hold on, let me do.
She has a message for the accused killers. Put the guns down. Go to school. Be something. Damon did not deserve this.
Yeah, what I'm trying to find is what they updated this morning. Because they said that they were farmers market. Give me a second.
Found an update from 2 days ago.
Yeah, hold on. It was this. They talked about it this morning. Give me a second. Classified
They got surveillance footage
as adult. Okay, so definitely charged with capital murder. Teen shot, 36-year-old Price. Okay, good. They said how much it was. Yeah, because he's a minor, they're not identifying him. But
So the teen will be back in court on June 24th, where a judge will once again decide whether to release him into the custody of his mother and grandmother.
I'm going to go with new. Let's not do that. Okay, so let me just go over what they said this morning. I'm trying to find a specific thing about it, but they didn't. So
Roll on.
what they were saying was somebody was trying to get him classified as an adult so they could really hit him with the proper murder charge because he's 14-year-old. We don't.
Well, it's been a spate of individuals, younger and younger, committing murder, stuff like that.
Okay, but that aside, usually they're old enough or close enough to be considered an adult. 17, cool, we're getting there. At certain states, 16 is adult. Either way, we're at bare minimum 2 years away from him being properly treated as an adult for capital murder. And that's what this was, straight up murder. So the thing is, there's not a prison, so to speak, for young murderers. So what do you do with them?
They stay in juvie until they're 19 or so.
They're
And
a
then they get
literal violent murdering criminal.
Then they get transferred over. They're segregated housing units, stuff like that they can be put in.
I suppose so, but it's like, the other thing was, the way I looked at it is, does reclassifying an obvious minor to being an adult under this charge open any other windows or doors that people might want to use?
Right.
You know?
Well, if you go through the trouble of locating a firearm, buying one, stealing one, whatever,
Using dads.
and then going into, was it their dad's?
I'm just saying.
And then going into a business with that weapon in your hand and attempting to take something that isn't yours, and when someone tries to stop you pull said weapon and kill them.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on in that head than a normal
Standard
14-year-old
14-year-old
boy.
kid. Yeah, I agree with that. So I think the main thing I'm asking is, it's kind of like the
There's no good answer for that. There's no good answer of what to do with them. I know I spent 8 years working in our county jail, and we
well, correction, there is a very good answer that we're not allowed to say on YouTube.
no, we're not, but we did have some individuals housed there that were 17, and they had to be in a special unit all by themselves.
Yeah.
They had to be monitored every 15 minutes. They had to be allowed recreation and allowed and escorted everywhere under the highest guard possible.
Yeah.
To protect them from the other inmates.
Yeah. And I believe, I agree with that.
But most juvenile facilities have the capability of handling violent offenders like that.
Yeah.
And handling them in an appropriate way until they're of legal age to be transferred to a penitentiary, which will. Here's the difference. If he's tried as a juvenile, it's different. If he's tried as an adult and gets a life sentence, he's going straight from juvie straight to the pen, where he'll be snatched up by whatever gang comes across.
Whatever yeah, exactly. So that's
because you don't have a choice when you go to prison. You join a gang, or you get thumped, or you basically get owned.
yeah. So I don't know what good trying him as an adult at 14 will do compared to just hitting him with the capital murder charge anyways. I'm not sure. In the very legal sense, I don't know. But what I was getting at, regardless, this kid needs to be punished for fucking murdering somebody over a golf cart.
Yeah.
No matter what, needs to be dealt with. In the legal manner, YouTube, shut the fuck up. But the reason I worry is because finding a new reason to lower the age of taking a person of lower age and saying they're an adult.
That does allow and start a dangerous precedence,
in my opinion. Because now what door does that open?
Yeah.
It's like the Patriot Act. Too many doors are opened with the Patriot Act that
mean,
can never be shut.
So if they steal a car, you want to charge them as an adult. If they get caught with cigarettes, you want to charge them as an adult.
You're looking at it from that point of view.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from what other things will they start reclassifying young children as adults for?
That.
Yeah.
Now I'm tracking.
Not crimes, but things that were crimes that would allow you to no longer have them as crimes.
Right.
Well, they're 14. 14-year-olds can be tried as an adult for murder. I mean, we're doing adult things with this 14-year-old. They made an adult decision. This isn't wrong. This is two consenting adults.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. And I think that we live in a world, and we've talked about this last week kind of, we live in a world where pedophiles, saying the word out loud, pedophiles are finding any and all excuse to be considered in the rainbow community, so that they can continue to do that without any repercussions, especially legal ones.
Yeah.
Because, oh, well, they were old enough to murder someone, they're old enough to make a sexual life decision to be with this 45-year-old creepazoid.
And I don't get why charging. A male's brain isn't done maturing until what, 21, 22?
Male brain doesn't really solve 26.
20.
Female's 21.
And in most of our cases, 30.
Well, we don't grow up. Our brain finishes developing at 26.
Yeah.
Give or take.
We grow up like
But we're allowed to vote.
and we grow up 10 years after that.
Yeah. Shit.
Or Mr. plays with toys all the time.
Well, correction. I have toys sitting around all the time.
I recall getting shot not 2 weeks ago with your Nerf gun.
Nerf guns are a different story. That is not a toy.
Bullshit. My guns are not toys.
That's correct. Nerf guns are not toys. They are non-deadly firearms. It's still a firearm.
It's a toy.
It is a firearm. It just can't kill you unless you do it right.
Anything can kill you. If
strong
you do
enough spring. You could probably be killed by a Nerf dart with strong enough spring.
Well, that's like saying any machine's a smoke machine if you use it wrong enough.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Mostly, well, not if it's non-electrical, it might be a harder. Anything electronic can become a fucking
smoke machine.
Smoke machine.
Magic blue smoke
Releases the button. Press the button that releases the magic blue smoke. But either way, anytime I see a chance for them to reclassify people who are not adults as adults, worries me.
Right.
Now, mind you, in this case, they're trying to use it as a reason to punish this kid properly for murdering someone. Although, murder is the wrong word. Even though they called it capital murder. Murder implies intent and planning. They didn't go there to kill this guy. They killed this guy. It is a murder of opportunity.
He went there with a weapon.
He went there with a weapon, but what his intent was not to kill person to get a golf cart. The intent was to steal golf cart, use gun to keep guy from keeping me from stealing the golf cart, but probably not kill the guy. Now, like I said, murder implies intent. If he said, I'm going there to kill this guy to get this golf cart, that is straight up murder. This is the problem with degrees. And then when they call it capital murder, that makes it a little bit different.
Right.
Because that also means that capital punishment should be allowed. Well, I think that's what it is. They have to classify it there. But it's like, is it technically murder or is it just a intentional homicide? That's how they got what's his face with George Floyd. They called that murder. It's like, he didn't intend to kill George Floyd. How did you get to murder? At bare minimum, this is manslaughter.
That was another politically motivated witch hunt.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it wasn't a witch hunt because he did kill a dude by accident or not.
Yeah, but it was a predetermined politically motivated.
It was 100%. I'm not going to argue that it wasn't, and everything else that has happened to that poor dude since, and they're denying his appeal and all these other things. It's like, no, you're supposed to be allowed to appeal your fucking case.
Yeah,
it's like, especially when there's a whole lot of questions around it. Either way, not going down that thing, but for that to be called murder was absurd. Because that was not murder. We just use words willy-nilly, despite the fact they have fucking definitions.
I honestly think civics classes need to make a comeback in our educational system. And as adults, we all need to take another civics course.
We just need to turn off the internet for a couple of years.
Yeah.
This world will right itself very quickly.
For real. No internet, no screen time, no staring at your phone all day.
Well, we can still have screen time. We just won't have internet. We'll have to download our Blu-rays from our Blu-ray players to our phones. It's like basically you have to go back to somewhat analog digital stuff. Yeah, you have to have physical
shady
media.
ass dealers. You want some DVD?
Go back. Yeah, exactly. I know a guy who's got lots of DVDs.
I know a guy. He's got Blu-ray.
I know a guy who's got VHSs out the ass, but no VCR to be seen. But no, it's just the idea. I made this joke a long time ago. It's like, if you really wanted to fix this country, but yeah, I'm just saying, it was a weird thing to hear. I'm like, okay, first of all, a 14-year-old murdered someone. What the fuck? Second of all, we're going to do this to get him, well, because once again, I didn't know how that works when you go through the juvenile system that far away. A defensive killing. Okay, now you got questions. Killed a dude to steal a fucking golf cart and then turned in by his mom, which I think is amazing.
Yeah,
but
good
the question,
mom.
It's like, the thing is, did he tell his mom he went and fucking killed somebody? Because how else would she know?
He's probably home freaking the hell out.
I would hope so. But what if he went up home bragging?
Yeah.
So if there were two dudes involved, they only got him, and he hasn't rolled on the other person yet, which is stupid. He fucking needs to. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, if that other person was an accessory, you need to fucking turn him in, because otherwise you're getting all of this. You know? It's like all of it's coming on you. And if the other guy was more
Hell,
involved,
for all we know, it could have been the other guy that shot him. And that dude's just taking the heat.
I mean, if they're claiming,
This is all
if they're
speculation.
if they're saying that he is the murderer, not just involved, like that's another thing. There's accessory to murder, which would have been he's there, the other guy kills him, they run away. That would probably be more accessory, not charging him directly with capital murder. So that's the thing. It's like there's stages to this shit. If they
Also
want,
depends if you shot him once or if you unloaded on him.
well, you keep firing until the problem's not a problem anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told. It's like it's not one and done unless you're good at
No,
it.
it's 2 + 1 = done.
Yeah. And if that didn't take care of it, I got 7 more.
Or in my case, quite a bit more.
Depending on what you've got, yes. But either way, I don't agree with the situation, because, well, kids shouldn't be out there fucking killing people for golf carts. That's fucking retarded. You know, somebody needs to beat these kids' asses when they're younger. It's like, that's the problem. We talked about this before. Shaun brought it up. I got my ass whooped when I screwed up. Did it help every time? Not always. But when I didn't agree with the punishment,
No, that was inconvenient.
yeah, it's like the problem was my punishments usually came on the heels of me being blamed for something. Not that I directly did something. Or someone went and tattletaled, even though they were being the little shit in the first place, and I
Right.
was just reacting. You know? It's like, if you're going to be an asshole to me, like when my niece decided to stand on the burn pile that I was trying to set fire to, it's a fucking burn pile. That's what it's there for. Burn trash. You can't do that nowadays because something Greta Thunberg. So she's standing on the burn pile. She won't fucking move. I need to burn this because it's my chore to burn the fucking trash.
Right.
So I fucking shove her off the fucking burn pile. Falls on her ass. Starts crying like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Goes run to grandma. Mom comes out here with a fucking fly swatter in hand, charging across the fucking yard to come whip my ass in the middle of the fucking yard. Mm-hmm. And I was old enough at that point that I wasn't standing for that shit. It was like, no. I told my mom sitting there trying to fucking got me in one hand and fucking trying to whip me with the other one, and I'm fucking stopping the thing from hitting me as best I can. Or turning, fucking doing this turning thing in the yard. It's an unjustified beating is really what it is. It's like, this is horse shit. She was being, if I had the word back then, I'd have flat out called her a cunt.
You could have just lit the fire.
No, because that'd have been way worse. Way worse beating, you know? And she's only, 2 years younger than me, if that. So we're effectively the same age. We grew up together, you know? And she's always been a little shit. Now, mind you, there was one...
Still?
We don't interact as much. But...
So yes.
No, I mean, well, let me do some explaining. I think jail time might have got her a little straighter.
Oh damn!
Since she got arrested for being the go-to person for all of the major drug runners in East County. So they used her phone as evidence because she had like 1,500 phone numbers in her phone. And she did see some jail time over a while there, but she kind of straightened her life out. She's got a good guy in her life and now, and all this other stuff. But either way, one thing that happened, and which was, I don't think it was the beginning of the situation. It might have been the middle of this years-long situation of me having to stop her from being a little shit. And we were on a road trip to somewhere. Was it an actual road trip? Yes. I think we went to San Antonio or Austin because it's like a family go-away or a vacation thing. And this was right after... Are you familiar enough with Power Rangers?
No.
Okay, so for those who are out there, I had the original Green Ranger Dragon Dagger. And, played noises and shit like that when you push the buttons. And this was the height of fucking Power Rangers. So this has got to be 1994, if I had to guess. 93, 94, that's when that shit started. So... I got my toy. We had a long fucking drive back from wherever it is we are, Austin and San Antonio. And she's being a fucking little shit. And we're both in the back seat. And I forget exactly what she did. Obviously she's antagonizing me because that's what little shits do.
Yep. And you get in trouble for responding.
Well, it was how I responded. I had the dragon dagger in my hand already. And I wanted her to stop doing what she was doing. So She got hit with the dragon dagger.
Poke.
No, she didn't get poked. She got struck with it.
Oh, it was a toy.
Yeah, I mean, it's only this long.
Yeah, but still, it was a toy.
I mean, it was literally about that long.
Trying to find it.
Oh, I don't have it over there. I don't have it. So the original one, the handle was roughly that big.
Yeah.
And then that was all blade with soft rubber edge. Mm-hmm. And I struck her with it to make her stop doing what she was doing. Well, that resulted in immediate screaming and crying.
Of course.
Because duh. And we're in the car, mind you, on a road trip. Now, I might be wrong on the distance traveled. We might have, because I'm conflating two different situations. Okay, yes, I am. I'm conflating the trip to San Antonio where we went to Six Flags, the Fiesta, Texas, and she was being a little shit, and I forget what happened. It happened in the car. We went back to the hotel. I got my ass beat. This time was when we were going to the grocery store. That's what it was, because it had to have been a family get-together because my sister-in-law was in the car.
Yep.
Not her mom, my brother's wife. So, because this is my sister's daughter. We're in the back seat. We're going to the store, because kids always take their toys with them. Fucking pisses me off. And we're in my mom's old Plymouth Acclaim. A fucking piece of shit. Piece of shit. And it was maroon everywhere. You know what they like to do back then?
Super burgundy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my vision was permanently altered by the color of that car. Anyway, struck her with the thing. Mom yells at me. I switched seats with my sister-in-law so that she can be comforted, and now I have an adult to keep me. Either way, it got switched up, and my dragon dagger was taken away from me for a while.
See, my sister and I never got into fights when we were on long trips. That's because my parents had that huge conversion van. So she was usually in one of the
conversion vans again.
I was in the back either with the bed down sleeping or reading.
Always with the bed down.
Until we hit Arkansas.
That's a long drive.
Well, we used to live up in Missouri. And we drive from Missouri to here quite often.
Yeah.
But I could always tell when we were hit Arkansas. Because the roads were... I don't know if you traveled out of state when
your sister
you were young.
becomes bitchy?
No.
That's weird.
The roads were so awful, so bumpy, so constantly. I couldn't read because I was moving so damn much.
Please don't make that motion off camera. Nobody could see what you were doing, just that your hands are doing that.
But as every time we clear Texas or get down into Arkansas, I'd look up and go, "We in Arkansas?" And I'd go, "Yeah."
So when we went on, that was clearly a 90s thing because the roads are fixed now.
I know they are, but back then, no,
because
they were rough.
Because I'd never. Wow, I'm hitting. Pick the right camera, dummy. So it's like I kept switching back and forth to the wrong person who was talking. I was like, "Me? No, I'm not talking. It's Jeff. Wrong gray shirt." So either way, when we went to Arkansas, there was like no difference between Arkansas and Texas. It just, we're in Arkansas.
Well, it's been that way since I was little. God, I was 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade when we moved up to Missouri. So it's been a while.
That was what, 90?
Well, we got here in
5 or 96.
We got here in 99.
99.
So I guess 94, 95.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
Power Rangers time.
Yeah.
So see, it's the same thing. Either way, but yeah, no. So I would have been tried for an adult. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I can be outraged at I was raped as a child. I can be outraged at child rapists. That's fine.
Of course, predators are easy to handle if you let us.
Well, I mean, they do have active camouflage. Oh, you mean sexual?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Imagine
the other predators not so much.
Well, it depends on what they want to do.
I mean, they give themselves away when they start clicking all the time.
Yeah, but they do tend to blow out people's backs.
So does Big D, but...
That's my point. They can do it with a hand alone. That's all they need. Just zip your spine.
Did you ever see any
right
of the Mortal Kombat finishing moves with the Predator?
No, but I'm sure they were all...
They were great.
No, I never saw that part. I do think it's kind of bullshit.
Big old blade come off of his arm, and he just carved him up and pulled his spine out.
Yeah. They don't even really... Well, I guess they do need that, but like there's that one point in one of the movies, I forget if it was 1 or 2, where he really makes it look easy, where he carves out someone's spine and head and everything.
One of my favorites was Predators.
Predators was actually not bad.
The one where they start out with people falling from the sky.
Yeah, no.
That was fantastic.
That movie was weird because it was a reversal in a way, but like also it went nowhere.
It's still fun.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying like that movie in universe
Did nothing for
did
it.
nothing for it.
It was just, hey, this is their preserve.
Other than introducing the Predator Civil War that was going on. Mm-hmm. Like, so it builds out the universe in a way, but also the Predator universe, the Alien and Predator universe, since they are technically the same somehow, at least in the AVP timeline they are, but I don't know where it's at now.
Yeah, they branched a little.
But the new Predator movies are all, the newest one, The Predator or whatever it's called.
I haven't seen it.
So apparently it was really dumb and really badly done. I didn't mind the AVP movies. I didn't even mind.
The second one was rough.
Okay, it was rough. Requiem.
They're in the little town with the swimming pool and all that.
But I liked how it went back to being. It made the alien threat more real than it was in
that
previous.
hybrid thing was a little goofy.
No, the Pred Alien was cool. I mean, it's goofy looking, yes, but but how else do you combine a fucking alien queen and a predator?
True.
I mean, like the disturbing part of that movie, and it's still disturbing to this day, was that it reproduced in pregnant women.
Yeah.
That was fucked. Like, and the fact that it didn't do like one egg, one person.
No face hugger.
It was its own face hugger.
Yeah.
But also, it didn't just push one egg into one person. It found the pregnancy ward, went in there.
Oh, yeah, it was a clutch purr, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just pumping eggs. It's like, oh god, the queens don't do this. This is fucked up.
Yeah, this is
like,
new.
I was like, this is bad. This is really bad. It's like, so, and in deeper lore, when you get into comics and books and stuff like that, where they really went crazy with these situations, there's more than that type of Pred Alien and stuff like that. And you get into like the future alien stuff, where they get into like the Empress and the Emperor and stuff like that of Alien.
See now the first AVP where they're in the Arctic.
Yeah, which also
Great.
made no fucking sense.
It was still a good movie.
It was, until it doesn't hold up, in my opinion.
I enjoyed it.
It was fun. Don't get me wrong. I own it. Well, and here's the thing. I bought AVPR twice because the first time it disappeared. I had no fucking clue where that movie ended up. And I bought it again, and it fucking disappeared again. I was like, how the fuck do I have to keep buying this movie? Like, who is stealing this movie from my collection?
This particular shit movie.
Yeah. And like,
at least still a good one.
Now, what I liked about AVPR, I know we've gone on really random topics here, guys, but that's what it is.
Well, we had nothing prepared, so we have to scatter
nothing
brain.
super prepared.
ADD day.
Look, it's all building up to episode 100, guys. That's all we're doing. We're setting up for episode 100. But the part I thought was crazy was where they were in the like sporting goods store, I think it was, and something hurt. I think they shoot the alien in that store, and the acid drops directly on the douchebag dude's face.
Yeah,
it's the first time we see somebody's face get melted off from the the alien acid. But also, here's the weird part about it: a Pred Alien queen lays Inhumans eggs and basically just makes the same standard xenomorph that we're aware of from humans.
Right.
But what we need in these movies is more aliens born of non-humans. Because it's something we don't get a lot of. The only time we got it was Alien 3.
No, I don't want to see an alien dog.
Or alien cow, depending on version.
Tiger hippo?
Oh, alien hippo.
Friggin' water tank.
Giant secondary
friggin'
mouth.
little mouth.
Yeah, giant little mouth.
Looked like an anaconda coming out of there.
I mean, like, that was a cool thing about the comic, the comics from when we were kids, and then the toys associated, is you got like the snake alien.
I had the set from the second Aliens with the big lifter loader thing, the big yellow thing.
Yeah, that was from Aliens.
The exo loader.
Yeah.
That was great.
But no, I'm talking about the alien toys for like the other type. So there was like the rhino alien, the gorilla alien,
all remember
the
that
snake alien. Yeah, you don't remember seeing these things?
No, must be your Mandela effect.
No, I had the snake alien 100% because it was bendy. You could actually wrap it around things. It looked like a big ass cobra with a queen head, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, and so they had like a flying queen as well. Like it was big and blue and had wings and it could fly or flap. Whatever, you know, but
flutter.
It would flap its giant fucking
It's
wings.
too big to flutter.
Hold on, let me pull this up because you got to see this. These alien, they're from Kenner. Hold on.
Let me look them up.
Well, I'm gonna pull it up on the big screen. Images, because NECA has been re-releasing them effectively. So, oh, here's a good collection of them right here. Yeah.
Oh hell.
Yeah, because there's like the bull alien.
Yeah, I see it.
Scorpion alien. which is pretty similar.
There's a red alien, the deluxe.
Yep, they had all kinds of different ones. Trying to find the.
I found the snake.
Yeah, snake is pretty cool. There was also the toy that was the. Yep, that was one I had. There's actually one in here where it's actually
the rhino.
The rhino is
Fucking
cool,
A.
and the head actually chunk, pops
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's the one with the wings. This is. Yeah, it's an alien flying queen. It's pretty fucking cool, and it's mostly translucent, which is a problem, but if I'm honest. But that thing was huge. That was like a, I gotta make sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The scary part is, of course, that it is all translucent, which means it's gonna break like a motherfucker.
Of course.
But that actually, a friend of mine had that. I think it was my buddy Ray had that. And the wings would flap and stuff like that. And then there was this one. Wild boar, that's pretty fucking cool. Like they went crazy with the shit. This was interesting.
I hope we get to see some of this in the future.
Have you seen this though? The ATAX alien armor. So they tried to
cool.
blend in with the aliens, combining the mecha thingy you were talking
The
about.
Predators rock that.
No, this is humans.
Really?
So the alien comic books kept the human alien war going forward.
Okay.
And aliens conquered Earth. They totally conquered.
So
Earth.
that was their response to.
Well, the comics and other stuff are not 100% tied together. So there's a snake. There's a bunch of them I've never seen. Like, there's a beetle or something. There's like a giant face hugger. Oh, that might be the... that's a queen face hugger. So that's something we've also never seen. The queen face huggers, which are huge. This is the one from Alien 3. That's the way it's supposed to look. They call it the Panther alien, but that's the way that's supposed to look. What was this one? Alien Leader. It's got like big chumpy claws. So like xenomorphs, but with other things. Praying mantis alien. That was a.
I actually somewhere floating around one of my boxes that's in storage. I have a xenomorph ring. Looks
Yeah.
like the xenomorph wrapping around your finger with the head on top.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, that's Hiya Toys, not.
And then I got the alien. I'd wear them side by side when I was on the bike.
Oh yeah. And then there's some. Okay, so that's a good collection of them right there.
Oh, cool. Blow that up.
So this is. No, I can't. Well, I could, but it's harder. So this is the old ones versus the NECA version. So
Okay.
NECA is the new one. So this would be the.
I like the NECA one better. That looks cool.
So this is the. So they had one that had a. I forget which one it was. I had it though. It was this guy right here, and it would explode apart.
Really?
Yeah. So you could hit it and hit a button on the back, and it went. So like you shot it with the actual thing, and that's this one right here. But it looks like a standard xenomorph, but with this cool copper paint job. And the snake alien, the upper fangs were on a slider spring, so when you slid the thing on the head, it would snap like
Now
this.
you're making me want to get from Aliens 2, the the personal carrier.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to get that as a model and do it.
They have it. It's out there. What is this? There's a bunch of different ones. That's a gorilla right there. You can tell. So this is the one I was talking about, the one that kind of blows apart.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything too crazy. And then, who's this one from? Yeah, so this is the one where the old alien skull was translucent, had a human skull in it. That was part of the original design, but they never talk about it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's actually part of the design. We just never talk about it. That was from AVP, Sergeant Apone. Because a lot of them, they came with an alien figure than a human, like military figure too.
For scale.
Sometimes. Well, no, not for scale, but it was just one of those things. But like the cool thing was that the Queen alien figure was like huge in comparison, like it should have been. So
No,
like,
it was.
this guy-
It was massive.
Yeah, so that's the what is this? Yeah.
Because you see him in first time we see the big queen is in the first one, right? And the second one.
No, the first one was just an alien. The second one was the Queen.
Yeah, second one was the Queen.
Aliens was the first time we saw the Queen. What was unproduced ones? Whoa, prototypes.
Yeah, the first one was where the android Bishop got ripped apart.
No, the second one got ripped apart.
Then what was the android that went crazy in the first one?
The first one wasn't Bishop. Second one was Bishop. First one was the other guy.
That's what made her
remember his
hate
name.
or not trust androids.
Yeah, that's why she didn't trust them. She didn't. Most people didn't trust androids to begin with at that point, but it's just one of those things. What is this? eBay. Of course, eBay is a great place for this. Either way, yeah. If you never saw those because you were busy doing something else with your life,
I was.
they were everywhere, man. I got several of them. One of them was like acid spraying.
Once we hit a certain point in my childhood, I never got into toys much.
Night Cougar.
Night cougar.
With magnetic kamikaze parasite. Whoa. That sounds fucking cool.
I like the other kind, the 45 with the prosthetic with surgery, and I like those night cougars better.
Just oh yeah, there's the AVP 2-packs. So it came with an alien and a predator in the same pack. But those are cool. Those are all Kenner. Kenner made the cool shit back in the day. But yeah, I never had a queen. Somebody else I knew had a regular queen, but like I said, my friend had the flying queen, which was like the big shit. That was a big fucking package. But you buy it at like Walmart, whatever. Like weird. I know we're on a weird tangent here, guys. All of a sudden, but it is.
We really are.
Top 10 alien.
That night cougar's cool, man. Huge long tail. Is that barbed?
Yeah, I think that's got the exploding.
No, that's got the little mouth on the tail.
I don't think it's a mouth. I think that's the parasite thing it's talking about.
Because it almost looks like the thing in the xenomorph's mouth.
Yeah, but I think that's a parasite that it stings with and installs a parasite.
Okay.
It's not a mouth. I think. I'm just guessing. I've never seen it before. That's a new one on me. This is a cool one, though. Rhino.
Heck yeah.
Like, they call it a rhino, but it doesn't mean it came from a rhino.
It looks like it was from the...
But like I said, a lot of these came...
That rhino looks like it was from the Resident Evil series.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It really does.
So this is the NECA, or no, this is the big one, the 18-inch big chap. Oh, I remember the big chap. Okay. This is the one from
Alien. From Requiem.
No, this is the alien from Alien.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the original one. They called it Big Chap. That's the one with the human skull. So that is the one that matters. You know, because you got to think about it. Xenomorphs adopt genetics from whatever they're implanted in.
True.
So almost all the xenomorphs we've ever seen are, in fact, it's the warrior, okay, from the movie, are the ones, they're already human hybrids. That's why it was, when they've cloned Ripley, that's what caused it. Oh, this is the scorpion. Okay, that's the one I was telling you about. Okay. Where it blows apart.
What's that one there?
Which one? This?
Yes.
That's a rhino, but a different color.
Okay. I like that one way better.
Yeah, that's a different rhino. That's just a version 2. I prefer the red one. Sorry, I'm not capturing the screen for everybody here. Also, I don't even know who we're looking at all this time. Both of us. Okay. It's like if it had been on just you the whole time.
They're so distracted.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, see here's what I'm talking about. So
Splody Boy.
Yeah, this is the one that explodes. It's cool. Look, it's even got like its internal organ sort of thing here.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh yeah, I don't know who did that. That's a queen face hugger.
Yeah.
So you see the extra webbing and all that shit. So that's supposedly... So the reason we didn't see it, we were supposed to see it in Aliens, where Ripley was, attacked in her sleep. That's how she got the queen put in her. So we were supposed to see that, and we never did. However, obviously, one of the eggs that they took into the thing... So...
Yeah, because she sealed herself up in the the stasis.
The stasis pod, yeah, for however many years, 20 years.
When they recovered her, they removed the queen from her.
So, that's the craziest part about the difference between Alien and Aliens is like there's like a 20-year time skip. Like that's the crazy part. Like the Nostromo and all that was the first one, right? The ship they were on, the mining ship or whatever. So the fact that
and the cat survived.
It was in this. No, it didn't. It died.
No, it survived. It went to sleep with her.
No, the cat was killed too.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, cat was killed. The little girl was killed. What's his face was killed. Everybody was killed.
Okay, everybody did.
Everybody did. Well, that was from Aliens to Alien 3. Sorry.
Alien 1 to Alien 2, cat survived.
I think so.
Because it was hanging out in her little apartment while she's still trying to adjust.
This is I think this. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I could be wrong.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a minute.
Because they came to her and wanted her to join that expedition.
Yeah,
and she had a cat with her.
Okay, I just don't remember that.
I remember stupid.
Because I remember the cat made it through the Aliens movie because it was like hanging out with.
We
Newt.
saw it on the beginning before she got on the next ship.
Now I want to Google if the cat fucking made it. I mean, I don't believe that stasis pod wouldn't keep the cat alive, but either way, everybody died between.
Yeah, that's why it was such a big part. That's why she's holding on to it so much.
Yeah. So Aliens 3 or Alien 3.
No cat.
Yeah, no cat. Everybody died. No cat because it's a planet of all men.
Alien died, and Alien 4 they cloned her.
Yes, not without the cat.
Without the cat, no cat.
Also, that was like 300 years later.
Without the cat.
Yeah, but that's the insane part about that is that they somehow got some genetic material from Ripley at some point, and that they just decided, hey, we need to bring back the
It
fucking
was
xenomorph.
probably when they removed the initial queen from her after 1. Between 1 and 2, they still had some genetic
She didn't
material.
have an alien between 1 and 2. She got the alien between 2 and 3.
Sure.
Yes, because that's why she had the fucking thing popping out of her. The queen face hugger. I'm sorry, it wasn't a queen face hugger.
I got to rewatch them all.
Okay, so this is the problem. So wherever it is they ended up between the two things, the queen face hugger was supposed to have been shown. It never was. That's why they have the design for it. However, the comic books expand all of this shit. And not to mention, it's its own universe. Comics are treated as its own universe. Wheel and Yutani did all this shit. The fucking alien-human war went on for a long time.
I might have to grab some of those. Do they have any larger collections? So I don't have
I
to
would
buy a
say
shit ton of
probably not. I would say just go on Amazon and read the digitals.
them? Okay.
Probably easier to go through Comixology to get any of that. Probably have big collections. Or get on YouTube and go to like Comic Story and watch those things where they just basically read the comic at you. You know?
There's something to do at work.
Yeah. So the cool thing about that is like whenever they get to the point where its entire planet's infested, like even Earth, at one point they had to conquer or reconquer Earth because the xenomorphs took over.
And we're just destroying any resources, just mowing through them.
Well, I mean, they just take over and adapt everything to them.
Well, at
They
that,
terraform entire planets.
Yeah.
When they're left alone to do their thing.
I thought they were one of those species that would breed and breed and breed until there were no more resources left. And
Yeah, and then
die
they just
off.
go dormant. But the
Yeah.
thing is, they can use themselves as resources if they have to. But, you know, at that point, you know, it's like the Zerg. It's basically like a giant hive mind. And so once it grows big enough.
with jazz hands.
Yeah, so you got to think about it. So each little brood is started by a queen until it grows large enough. And then another queen will be born. It can go start its own brood elsewhere. Usually when a queen egg gets pulled, they'll go plant it somewhere else so that it can become a thing. But if there is nothing to reproduce with, then it obviously becomes a problem. But at some point, they will reproduce to a point where an empress or an emperor
Now-
will be born.
Now, when they retook Earth, did they do that with the help of the Predators?
There is a lot of AVP crossover there because they
Because they
fight
probably
with
needed the help.
They fight with and against the Predators at different times. That's one of the things that the AVP movie was based off of, was the AVP comics. And the original AVP movie was supposed to be based around that story.
But instead it was more, hey, this is our trials and tribulations for our new warriors.
Yeah. So the thing is that the AVP movie, the only part that was remotely close was the team up. Happened in a similar fashion, where the human woman and the Predator.
That's a neat team up.
Yeah, that's what it turned into from the AVP comics, except it was forced by a xenomorph invasion on a foreign planet, not Earth. And we were not working with the Predators until the last second when it turned into,
Till
hey,
it
I
became
saved
the
your
enemy
ass.
of my enemy is my friend.
Yes. And it was with a predator known as, I'm sorry, calling them predators is a weird thing because they have a name.
Phil.
No. They have a species name. I think it's the Yachua, something like that. And it was named Broken Tusk because he was missing one. And if you recall, in one of the AVP movies or one of the Predator movies, you see one that is missing a singular of his jaws. And that supposedly is Broken Tusk. So they kept the character but changed it. But that was an Asian chick. I think her name was Kimiko.
Yaocha.
Yaocha. Yaocha.
Ya.
Yaocha. It's Yaocha. Yeah.
Yaocha.
So it's like Yamcha, but
Well,
less
look at the
more.
phonetic. Yaocha.
Yeah, I don't care. It's either way. The way that the comics have expanded
Or is it
that story.
Yaocha with 2 O's?
Well, it says Ucha, Yaucha, but say Yaucha. Either way, doesn't matter. It's not a real word. We just made it up. All words are made up.
All words are made up. They're
Yeah.
real until we give them they're real only when we give them substance.
Much like the nightmares. Either way. So that was the interesting thing is that that was what I was going to say is like other insects, in absence of a queen, but there are eggs, one egg will change to become a queen facehugger to make a new queen. Just cool.
Yep.
The way they base that off the proper insects and shit like that. But yeah, reading the comics and any of that stuff, if the movies had gone that route, I mean, also they could make a TV series, all that. I mean, there was a planned Alien TV series that never happened, but
They've tried to make TV series out of so many things, and it's hard to do, to take that much material and turn it into a TV series
No, it's
and make
not.
it make sense.
no, it's not. It's literally storyboarded for you.
True.
Oh, look, comic book. It's a storyboard of a fucking story.
One of my favorite
script
book
and all,
series.
and visual
What,
representation.
18, 19 books long now. And years ago, someone tried to adapt it into a European television series, and it sucked.
And that was.
The Expeditionary Force.
Oh, you keep talking about that one, but
That's a good one.
But that's different because it's not sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also that was books, right? Not comic books.
Okay, yeah.
Comic books are literal
They
storyboards.
give you, literal.
It's like they're their own visual representation of thing.
Yeah. That's why there's so many Batman movies, Superman, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all laid out.
Well, that and different people want to do different things with the character, so therefore they just do all the other bullshit, and that's why the DC universe.
I'm
didn't
ready
work.
for a Batman that kills.
We got that. We got that with the with Batfleck.
Okay, I missed it.
Oh, and Batman v Superman, he flat out kills motherfuckers.
All I remember from Batman v Superman was Batman getting his ass beat for 2 hours and bitching about it.
So in Batman v Superman,
That's all I remember, which did happen.
yeah. So look at it this way: Batman shoots using his Batmobile, shoots the vehicles he's following, blows up a couple of them. Those guys weren't going to survive that.
Nope.
And then he uses a gun for sure when he goes to rescue Martha, and he definitely kills a couple of those motherfuckers.
Good.
Like, he 100%. But this is old, grizzled Batman. Like, you got to think, this is Batman who's gone through the death of Robin and a few other things.
You think they're ever going to do the Batman Beyond into a movie?
They've talked about it for a long time.
That's a good series.
People want it won't be if they put it into a movie because they'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because people want Michael Keaton to play the old grizzled Batman.
That was when they drew that series. They actually drew it on black paper.
Batman the animated series was. Yeah.
No, Batman Beyond.
Well, it's all a spinoff.
But it was so dark. They had to actually.
But it was the animated series came first.
They started having to paint them, but then they got the paper ordered in.
It was easier to do it on black
Yeah.
because everything was so dark and black, and they were just adding reds and blues.
It was good.
So yeah, it started with Batman the animated series, rolled into Batman Beyond because it's the same cartoon universe made by the same people. But either way, no, Batman Beyond as a movie would not work because they will fuck it up.
Yeah.
Every step of the way, they will fuck it up because people cannot let go of Michael Keaton, despite the fact he's not that good a Batman at this point. Sorry. He's like, yeah, we wanted to play old-ass Bruce Wayne. I was like, yeah, but you already got him doing that in The Flash, and people say that was the best part of the Flash movie. It's like, because the Flash movie wasn't a Flash movie, it was a fucking Batman movie. It's stupid. They fucked that movie up, too. Either way, I think that if they're going to do any of it, they need to just get away from anyone who's ever done it, or pick somebody who's already doing it who is new enough to build a story around. Like the Robert Pattinson
I'd love
person.
to see Tarantino do a Batman.
No.
Yes.
Literally no. Like, he wouldn't. No. That'd be fucking horrible.
It would be horribly wonderful.
No, Tarantino needs to do a Deadpool movie because he works in a Deadpool type of break the fourth wall world.
Yeah, true.
It's like, no, you cannot do a Batman movie with somebody like Tarantino, and I doubt he would even want to do anything like that. You know, the closest I think he's ever come to something like that was when he did
Planet Terror.
Planet Terror, yeah. Which was based off of some other shit kind of in its own thing.
Which was a blast.
Yeah. I never watched Planet Terror, even though I owned it.
Did you watch Death Proof?
Yeah. I had the 2-pack, but I tried watching Planet Terror, but I fell asleep through it.
Now, Planet Terror is good. I think Bruce Willis makes a cameo.
Yes, he's the general.
Yeah.
In that one. Well, Tarantino's done making movies anyways.
I missed that.
Yeah,
Of course,
he had a set number of movies he wanted to make, and now he's made them, and he's
of course
done.
it's shorter to list the things I haven't missed.
Yeah, exactly. No, Tarantino said, I'm pretty sure he's done making movies. He made his last one, whatever that one was.
I go back to some of his old flicks and just watch it, like Desperado. That's one of my, hey, nothing's on, let's put on Desperado.
Desperado's not Tarantino. That's Robert Rodriguez.
I get those two confused all the time.
They're very different.
Still fun.
Yeah, I was like, so you said Tarantino. I was like, that's not Tarantino at all.
Oh, I'm thinking Rob Rodriguez. He helped with Planet Terror.
Yes.
Okay.
He was part of that.
Yeah, okay.
Because he also does horror stuff.
That's why I confuse them constantly.
Because you're a dum-dum.
Don't call me names.
But you is a dum.
I'll come over this motherfucking desk.
I will spudger you to death. I will spudger you.
What?
This is a spudger.
What's a spudger?
It's technically it's technically for No, not doing that. It is used as a pry tool in the toy community.
Oh, for doing models, gun plus, stuff like
yes,
that.
but that's not what it is. It is, in fact, a soldering iron tool.
Oh, okay.
It is for holding.
It reminds me.
It is for holding wires where you want them to be.
It reminds me of the tool you use to blend, like a blending tool for doing pencil art.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Except not like that at all.
No,
No, it just has a similar shape.
similar shape.
Yeah, that's mostly just a piece.
Because you're always playing that thing. So what is he playing with?
Well, now I'm not. Now I'm playing with hole fillers. Mm-hmm. These are screw hole fillers. Looks like a. If I painted some red and green lights on it, it would look like a fucking Christmas tree.
It looks like you already took all your pieces off for your model.
No, this is actually, these are screw hole fillers for the Brontosaurus behind me, wherever he is.
Up there.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay.
I did not put those in yet, just because it's a pain in the dick. I haven't done a review on them yet either, so that's the main reason I haven't done it. Look, I've had shit to do, and I have not been doing it. And the other thing that sucks is the big thing over there on the review set that used to be mostly behind me here, the big colorful thingies.
Oh, it's Christmas ball guy.
Yeah, Christmas ball guy. Which, by the way, I didn't even realize this. Remember we talked about globes last week, in passing? I didn't even realize the freaking things on him are globes. They're like, when you take them out, like, you can't see the one. I'll show you when we go in the living room. There's more of them in there. No, I'm going to let you sneeze. Bless you, bitch. Nope, don't do a third.
Usually they come in threes.
Yeah, we'll
or
see.
fives.
Either way, you're multi-orgasmic.
Ooh.
It comes in threes.
That's a face-gasm.
Yes. Kind of. That's what sneezes feel like sometimes. Either way, no, what was it? Oh, so
Globes.
I mostly finished the review series on the Uchu Sentai Q Ranger series, which is what those are.
Was that English?
Yeah, no, it's actually Japanese. Uchu Sentai Q Ranger.
Bless you.
Yes. So I finished the stuff that I had at the time. I've got new things out there that I need to add to it, but I forgot to get a thumbnail for the video that I finished.
So you got to take stuff apart?
I have to take stuff apart to fucking put that thing back together to get that. And I was like, well, now what I might do is actually just go ahead and film the... What?
I don't know. More shit.
I don't even know what that is. Oh, those are the hands for Grimlock. And
Okay.
and the LEDs for Grimlock. So this one right here.
Okay.
See how he's got red hands?
So it's not terribly handy at the moment?
No, he has hands. He's got swappable hands. Because some versions of him have red hands, some versions have black hands. But it's the same character.
Okay.
So for just, comic book continuity, they change shit for no reason. So in one issue he has red hands, another issue he's got black hands. So they're the ones next to each other. The T-Rex one and that one are the same.
Okay.
Robot mode, T-Rex mode. So one has red hands, one has black hands.
Okay.
That's the only differential.
You got a robot mode coming for the other one?
Someday, when it drops in price. It's like, look, money's tight right now, and I'm trying to get the credit card paid down so I can buy more expensive
So you do this.
shit.
I buy tools and shit.
Yeah, well, I have shit to buy. So like I told you, I think the next big investment I want to do, and I have no clue how I'm going to utilize it, but it's the next thing I want to do, and it'll be in my price range of things I put on my credit card, is buy the fucking quick jacks so I can
Yeah,
just
mine's
set
going
up
to be
and
getting my Suburban back on the road and the gas filler vent squared
Yeah.
away so it doesn't take 30 minutes to add fuel.
yeah, that'd be a good thing to have. But see, those are at least just normal car repairs. I'm buying the quick jack so I can do car repairs.
Right.
Because I'm tired of using normal fucking jacks all the time. Like, so you've watched Mighty Car Mods forever.
Yeah.
Like, the quick jacks is what they use when they're in their shed, not Super Garage.
Yeah.
So basically,
I want to lift so bad.
yeah. But this negates the need for a full size lift, and you don't have to have 8-inch thick concrete.
Because the van, I've got to figure out some way to add.
Oh, you and your in your glazed hands. Show the camera.
I have to preface.
Show the yeah.
I've spent the morning debarking black walnut wood, and
He's doing black hands.
it stained the black walnut oil come off and stain the ever living crap out of my hands.
doing
I've
black-
washed them so many times.
He's
today.
doing black hands.
Lordy day.
You are
No.
technically.
They're backwards.
I don't care which way you inverted the colors. Either way, back to what you were saying. Something about the van.
Oh, I think I have a transmission leak somewhere.
Yeah,
It-
you
It's
mentioned
a
that.
sealed transmission.
Yeah.
So I have to
Well,
get in
most
there.
transmissions are.
No, proper sealed, like lifetime fill. There's no dipstick to check transmission fluid at all.
Sure, there is. They name him Bob.
I've
Some
found
dipstick has to check that transmission.
there's a transmission temp sensor I can get to, and there's a special tool I can buy that I can check the level with. But it's
Yeah.
a pain to get to.
I would assume that those transmissions are much like differentials. They're filled to a point, and if you have a viewing hole for that.
Nope.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Well, just pull the drive shaft out. If oil comes out, you're good.
Don't you love Fiat?
Yeah. So, but that's why I want that quick jack, because frankly, I'm tired of having to jack things up, use jack stands, where I could just literally slide this shit under the car and go, and now it's off the ground.
Right.
And you don't need 8-inch thick concrete and bolts and all this other nonsense. You can get a 240 or I'm sorry, a 220 or a 110 version. I'm assuming the 110 version's slower. But if you don't have a 220 connection set up, and it's portable. You can throw that shit in the bed of your truck, go to a job site, fucking run an extension cord out of a hopefully good breaker.
Or a decent inverter.
Yeah, or a decent. I don't know if an inverter would get there, but
1100 watts should do the trick.
maybe. But either way, they're portable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's portable as something 6 feet long and metal is. But, you can quick connect it. It's got quick connects for its hydraulic system and shit like that.
See,
So
it's good for folks that have cars lower to the ground. I have one, and
they have truck versions.
well, with my truck, if I put that under there, it lifted a whole inch and a half.
They have they have this. The one I want
Or
is
has it got blocks?
both. It has ones that are made for trucks that are heavier duty, taller, but they also have blocks so that you don't crush your fucking rails. 'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes you want that extra space to get under there, and you want to get inside your fucking pinch welds, so that you can buy all of that stuff. It's all part of it.
I may look into them.
But I mean, for like-
now, I'm just going to get really
Dude,
big jack stands.
for like $2,200, and like I said, it's portable, and all you got to do is set it up on at
That's
least.
a big investment for $2,200.
Have you seen how much an actual lift is, though?
If you get them right and build them properly, they're $1,100.
Yeah, but concrete, dedicated power source, all that. There's a reason why they never
But
installed.
shop, air conditioner.
You can still have an air-conditioned shop if you want, but you don't have to dedicate an entire space for a lift.
But I'm gonna.
You don't have to.
Well, it'd still be easy.
Get the quick jack.
No,
Quick jack.
we're still gonna use it to change,
I'm going to get a quick jack and use it up here.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it upstairs with me and use it on.
change light bulbs.
Well, look at it this way. They work for motorcycles too, because you just use the one side and you fucking use it. They've had it forever for motorcycles.
Do they have the tie downs and the chocks and all that you can get for those?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Yeah, now all that shit.
I may just get one for the bike.
Go to quickjack.com.
Quick jack.
Not sponsored, because I'm going to buy shit from them.
We'd like to be.
Yeah, sure. This channel about nothing. We need a sponsorship of very expensive tools and beer, apparently. Either way, we've been going over 2 hours as it goes, but either way, that is the next big investment I want to make that's on purpose. And whether we get a garage here or I just use it at my mom's.
Or at the farm.
No. It's like, I'm not going to, because I have to leave it somewhere. I'm not going to be able to take it up here.
Oh, true.
It's like,
What, it won't fit in your car?
no.
Oh.
It fit in the bed of a truck. It ain't going to fit in my car.
Yeah.
And it's fucking solid shit. I mean, like,
And y'all truck no have.
it's enough for one person to move, but it's not enough to get it in my fucking backseat of my car or something.
right.
Plus, you have to leave the hydraulic pump and shit somewhere. So, either way, the point is I want that thing. I've wanted it forever. And they've come down in price.
You can actually drive over them, leave them in place, drive over them, and just up you go.
Well, you don't even have to drive over them. You just slide it out of the way.
But if you wanted to, could you drive over them?
I mean, it holds up the weight of a car no matter what.
Okay.
And it is ramped on both sides. So, presumably, one could drive over it. But they're mostly meant for you to slide in place once your car is parked. Because that's the other important thing. If you have a car that go nowhere, whoop.
Yeah.
You put thing under car. So, there you go. It's like you can lift up a car that ain't moving.
That'll work.
As long as you've got sturdy enough ground under it to handle it, and that it wouldn't tip over in your fucking face.
Well, and also you can also brace, get big 4x4, 2x4s, 4x4s to spread out the load, even if the ground isn't that stable.
Yeah, but then you have to get it up under it.
Yeah.
I mean, plywood would probably work. Basically, try to flatten the ground under it if you can, and just make sure it ain't mud. I'm sure any kind of
Or help
compact.
big concrete pavers.
Yeah, something. Yeah, something that'll just distribute the weight of the car evenly under it, because the way the system works, it is hinged frames that hydraulically push up like that. So, either way, I want them.
Yeah, you want.
I wanted, and now that I know that they're in an affordable price range now, it's worth it. Because back in the day when I didn't think I was going to be going anywhere for a long time, I wanted to put in a lift at my parents' house. Just pay for the slab and, hook everything up.
See, my big next purchase is going to be a actual bike lift.
It's going to be a new truck.
No, van.
You don't need a bike lift. You can just get 2 big-ass pulleys.
They're right.
And just in the barn.
Yeah, I want a proper bike lift. Because I have the frame lifts, and they're okay. I just don't trust them.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Quick check.
Because I'm about to take the wheels off the new Valkyrie and about to be busy as hell on it.
Well, because with the quick jack thing, it can raise straight up off the frame from the center.
The thing with the lift I'm looking at, it's got drop-aways for the front tire. It's got drop-aways for the back tire.
This is what
it's
I
got
was
a
saying.
secondary lift underneath to support your swing arm.
You always got to support the swing arm.
That's it.
Either way, yeah. So it's the same concept as it is. Either way, we're done. We're done for the day, I think.
We're done.
Promos. You do the promos.
I got nothing.
The normal promos.
No, you do the promos.
You do them. Let you do it.
Bye.
Fucking dick. You know what the email is. You know what the Facebook page is. You know all the things.
I don't care.
Fucking dick. Either way, guys. Follow all the things because Jeff didn't want to say it. Like and subscribe to the Facebook page. Sorry, so that you can send in messages like Shaun. Also, once again, I will say this because nobody ever fucking listens. Need questions for episode 100. Write them into the email or comment on this video or any video that you've heard me say. We need questions. Yes or no, this or that, would you rathers, things like that kind of situation. I already have a whole bunch filled out, but I got to get to 100, and I think I'm currently at like 65. So it's I've been doing my best, but once I came up with the yes or no category, and also the one goes, important category. This will be interesting for you because you haven't heard this. Which one gets 10 extra years of life?
My dog.
No. Out of these two people. And they are artists, celebrities of some sort. So
okay,
it was a pretty good conversation piece during episode 69.
All right,
because I specifically pick artists that, or celebrities, I should say, that Ricky had a very hard time picking between. So that was the thing. I purposely chose the people I wanted there. Anyways, the other thing, Patreon guys, if you want the full uncut version where we said some stuff this time that I had to cut out because YouTube rules. By all means, come subscribe to the Patreon for as little as $5 a month just to get the podcast thing. But if you're interested in the nerd stuff that I do on the side, you can join the level where it's just podcast and SHOKY reviews stuff, or you can just support all of my channels for $12 a month and get access to all the things, including the 3 times a month, sometimes 4 times a month Patreon calls where we just hang out and talk to the patrons. Say we, it's me mostly, but sometimes Jessica because they love her.
Good.
They want to talk to her more than they want to talk to me if she's shy. And I do need to ship out something to one of my patrons that now she finally sent me her address. I can do that.
Good.
So either way, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits there, guys. And with that,
okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Pause. So